for Washington. Pass for Williams. He got it. To the end zone, leaping catch, Couch, touchdown.
Well, good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Arena League on YouTube from Springfield, Missouri, Wilson Logistics Arena, otherwise known as the Tackle Box. Tonight, the Lunkers of Ozarks taking on the Monroe Greenheads in a battle of back-to-back meetings between these two clubs in the Arena League last week. Of course, Monroe beat Ozarks 63-45 in a back-and-forth matchup between the two clubs. The Lunkers jumped out to an early lead, only to have the Greenheads take over control of the second and third quarter. Lunkers outscored the Greenheads in the fourth quarter, but overall, Monroe won at 63-45. Good evening, everyone. My name is Tom Ladd. Ryan Swanson is alongside, and these two teams just met a week ago, but playing in Louisiana last week. Here they are in Missouri tonight. Little different atmosphere.
A little different atmosphere. You also got the week break over the 4th of July holiday weekend, so you got some time to rest before coming back and playing the same team again. And also two teams with very similar styles of play. Both teams who love to air it out down the field. Both throw it more than any team in the league. And we're going to take a moment and look at the highlight players that we're going to be looking at later on here, but I'm excited for this one.
Yeah, the two players, Timmy McClain. This guy's put up some good numbers. Matter of fact, it's a battle of the top two quarterbacks in the league right now. McClain this year, 98 for 181. He is thrown for 24 TDs and only 8 picks this year, 1,190 yards overall. He's got a good touch, left-handed quarterback. Loves seeing the southpaws at signal caller, and he's a good one for Monroe.
Great touch, has a great arm downfield as well, and also very mobile, great dual threat quarterback, something you see that is very valuable here in this league, and we're going to see him in action here tonight, looking to have a repeat performance against this same Lunkers secondary, who's had a bit of struggles throughout this season. Definitely been one of the worst performing units of this entire league. But now taking a look over for the Lunkers, our highlight player of the game
is wide receiver Emory Bryant Jr. Last week, or a couple weeks ago, I should say, the last game, 13 reception, 126 yards, as you see there, couple of TDs. He's a little bit of a Swiss Army knife for this Lunkers team offensively.
Yep, he can do it on any part of the field. Definitely take some snaps at running back as well for this team. Everywhere on the field, but it's a great first step. Quick guy, great hands. Throw it downfield. Emory Bryant's down there somewhere. Safe hands. Definitely the #1 target for this Ozark Lunkers offense. Hoping to see him have another game against this secondary from 2 weeks ago. Definitely going to be the one man that this Monroe team's going to be having to look out for.
The Lunkers and the Greenheads about to do battle here in Springfield, Missouri at Wilson Logistics Arena. We will take a break. When we come back, we'll have the opening throw-off from the Tackle Box. It's the Arena League on YouTube. We are back at Wilson Logistics Arena, Springfield, Missouri, just about set for this one. Lunkers will receive the opening throw off, so we'll see their offensive unit paced by quarterback Terry Jones, 6'4", 200-pounder out of Morgan State, and of course our spotlight player, Emory Bryant Jr. So we'll see the offensive unit coming out first as the team shake hands and get set to go for the opening throw-off. No kicking in the Arena League.
Definitely, yes. And one thing, again, I know we bring it up every week while we call games here in the tackle box, but this low ceiling of this arena, we'll see if a throw-off hits the ceiling once or twice for the Monroe side. We've seen it happen both games we've gotten to call this season. We saw it almost every game last season, me and you, Tom, up here in the booth. So definitely something that gotta keep repeat saying until it doesn't happen anymore. But we'll see what happens here on this opening throw-off.
Emory Bryant Jr. will be the return man for the Lunkers. He is back near his own end zone. The officials for tonight's game, the white hat, Byron Pearson, Jason Jackson, the back judge. The linesman is Brian Whittick, and Luke Shawn is the line judge. Up here by us, we've got Gary McEllier. He is the replay judge. Dustin Stone, the clock, and Bryce Weirin is the play clock tonight, the officiating crew working tonight's game. James Harrod will have the throw off for the Greenheads to Emory Bryant Jr. Catches it at about the 5, on his feet, on the move, sees the whole midfield and more, and finally down at about the 23-yard line for the Lunkers, and that's where they'll start their first drive of the game.
And you got to be careful on those low throw-offs right there. You have to put that in the perfect spot, because if a quick guy like Emory Bryant's able to get to it, it's just a catch and run right there, and able to already have some momentum off the throw-off, get some speed all the way up to midfield. So a great first play here from the Lunkers from the special teams unit at midfield. Now Terry Jones and the offense get to go to work.
Jones, the #1 quarterback in yardage and touchdown passes this season in the Arena League. First snap to him, rolls to his right, throws it downfield. It is caught inside the 10 and wrestled down at the 9-yard line.
Great first play from the Lunkers there. Great motion, guy burst of speed, able to cut across the middle, beat the coverage over the middle, find a perfect ball over on the numbers on the right side. Great first play from the Lunkers.
Trey James with the reception. First and goal for the Lunkers. Jones directs traffic. James with motion. Jones rolls to his right. He's going to throw it up in the air and throws it away. And that was a coverage incompletion there. Good job by the Greenheads.
A really odd one right there. All 3 men going towards the left side. Motion went to the right. So really only one real target on that play right there for the Lunkers. Nothing there. Throwing away is the right call on that one. Going second and goal from the 10.
Just inside the 10, about the 9.5 is where the Lunkers have it. Second and goal. Terry Jones, 6'4", 200 pounds, drops straight back, now throws it deep into the end zone, and it's overthrown and incomplete. That pass intended for Dennis Robinson, the 6'5", 220-pound wide receiver, played at Northern Illinois, but a little bit too tall that time.
Yeah, right there, just nothing really going. Good coverage right there from the Monroe Greenhead secondary. And coming into this game, it's 2 units that both have been struggling in the secondary. So great coverage from these 2 plays after giving up a big one early.
Vertical motion here by James. Jones going to take up off the middle. He can do that. Gets across the 5 down to the 4, and he is pulled down there by James Harrod. And it'll bring up a little closer situation. 4th and goal at about the 4-yard line now for the Lunkers.
And something I was hoping to see from Jones as the weeks went on. When first couple weeks in the Arena League, not really using his legs as much, really just focusing on throwing the ball. When the pocket breaks, would love to see him scramble some more, and that play helps.
4th down here. Jones rolls to his right, fires a bullet, ball tipped up and intercepted by the Greenheads. And down at about the 10-yard line. Ball was deflected at about the goal line, and then picked off there by DeCarrion Jackson.
And right there, just telegraphs his pass there, staring right there. Had a guy open in the corner, easy jump for the defender. It's a great play nonetheless, and a huge pick for the Greenheads early. Both of these teams coming in bottom of the league, these two teams in turnovers generated. So a great first play from the Greenheads after a play that got him into the red zone.
It'll be a 1st and 10 now for Monroe. At their own 10-yard line, their quarterback, Timmy McLean, played at 3 different universities, Bethune-Cookman the last, put up some good college numbers. Left-hander, rolls to his left, throws back the other way, a little low, ball tipped up, but they say it touched the turf. Thought maybe it got the hand and tipped it up. That's the way it looked from here. The officials do have our first penalty of the game, and let's listen to the white hat. Talking it over with the defense here. Again, Byron Pearson is the white hat. And he converses with both teams, making sure he's got this call right. Here we go.
Personal foul, hands to the face, number 98 offense, half the distance to the goal, remains first down.
Goes against the Lunkers. Or I'm sorry, the Greenheads. Drops them back half the distance.
Got to be careful dropping back the secondary with a mobile quarterback like McLean, even this close to the goal line.
Quick hitter on the right side. Ball caught there by Ed Smith Jr. He's one of the new players. Came in from Salina, Kansas. They have 3 new players this week, and Smith, one of those, will also return for the Greenheads tonight. They get the 5 yards they just lost on the penalty. Back at the 10. McLean dropping back, rolls straight ahead, throws it short. Ball caught, jammed into the wall over there. Not quite enough for the first down. Mark Britt, the second, with the reception for the Greenheads. Or actually, that is, correction, Frederick Lloyd, 6'5", 215-pound receiver from USF.
And this Ozark Lunkers defensive line is going to be tasked all day with trying to keep McLean in the pocket as much as you can. As much of a great arm talent he is, he can do a lot of work when he's on the run, when he's able to move and improvise. So got to try and keep him in the pocket. And that looks like play clock violation already.
The word.
Or a timeout before
see.
the play clock. Yep, see what he says here.
Delay game, offense.
Nope.
5-yard penalty, remains third down.
So it was a delay of game. Offensive coach for the Greenheads calls his unit over.
We don't have it on our score bug here for the broadcast, but it is a 20-second play clock here in the Arena League. So you got 20 seconds from when the ball is placed to then get the ball, get the snap off. Unable to do it there. And that 20 seconds goes by quicker than you'd think.
Jeremiah Zine II is the center for the Greenheads. Snap back. McLean going to try and take it up the middle. He's got some room. Dives forward, gets it to midfield, enough for a first down. McLean scrambling straight ahead. Again, you have to go straight up the middle when you cross the line of scrimmage, which he did there perfectly and got the first down.
It was a great pursuit there from Craig Travis III, able to get right there, just unable to bring him down, and that broken tackle ends up being costly as it gets a first down. Great scramble right there from McLean.
Have to run up the hash marks in the middle of the hash marks till you get to the line of scrimmage. Here's a pass, caught at around the 15-yard line. That is Denarius Anton, running back, wide receiver, makes the catch and moves the chains.
That's good. Line for that one. No defender in the area on that middle part of the field. Just went past his blocking assignment with a chip, turn around, easy play. It's a great play call from the offense. Moves the chains.
1st and 10, ball at the 15. Here's a sweep to the right, trying to get outside and hammered into the wall over there on the play. That's Ed Smith Jr. Picks up a couple of yards. It'll be 2nd down and 8 now for the Greenheads.
And that type of pitch option is already so hard to run in regular football, 11 on 11, to keep contained on that outside. Smaller field, even faster pace of play. Really hard to get that play going for extra yardage, but good job from the Lunkers defense to get there and hold contain on the outside.
Craig Travis III with the stop for the Lunkers. McLean throwing it into the end zone, wide open, but backing into the wall there is Quad Smith, incomplete. He was wide open in the end zone.
And right there afterwards, you saw Michael Witherspoon and Brock Carter talking it out as that looked like to be missed coverage right there as he was wide open. You'll see him talking out now. Daniel Charles in the secondary unit talking it over about whose spot that was, but a lucky break for the Lunkers as that was almost a gift wrap opportunity for the Greenheads.
3rd and 8, forward motion. McLean rolls to his left, spins around. He's got 2 chasing him, goes back to the right now, still on his feet, looking, he's going to throw it into the end zone. It is caught in the end zone, but all kinds of flags right around the quarterback. Could be in the holding area there.
And that's what the flag on the
flight
field
had indicated. Before you put that touchdown up, let's wait to see what this call is.
Holding area 2 with that much scrambling could have violated a rule there from the quarterback of scrambling. We'll see. Maybe could have had a chance of crossing the line of scrimmage.
Illegal block in the back. 98 offense. 10-yard penalty from the previous spot. It remains 3rd down.
Illegal block in the back is a call.
And we'll see it here. 98 comes up, and yep, it's a block in the back right there on number 12. It was going to be Ty Marsh.
So it drops him back a little bit. 3rd and about 18 now for Monroe. Forward motion, and we have movement as Craig Travis jumped the gun a little bit, but looked like we had movement against the offense too. So Travis will check out right now. He'll be replaced.
Defense
by
number
Gabe
0,
Smith.
5-yard penalty. 3rd down.
So it was going to be called on the Lunkers, and again, Travis goes off. Smith checks in and replaces on the middle part of that D-line, going right at the center. Number 98, Jeremiah Zine.
McLean rolling to his left, throws it up, ball intercepted by the Lunkers. That is Lacavius Daniel with the pick. Lost his helmet afterwards. He was hit hard. But each team now with a turnover here in the first quarter.
Gets walloped here too. Helmet goes flying, but pops right back up. Great play. And one thing that set that whole play up, Gabe Smith coming off, checking on, great pressure, forces him to make the throw off the back foot, doesn't have enough gas to get to the receiver, gives enough time for Daniel to jump the gun there and get the pick. Great defensive pressure from the Lunkers. 2 turnovers quick.
Boy, after the interception, Daniel spun around, did a 360, and he met head on with a defender from the Greenheads. A wallop, too. Long pass down the field. Nobody out there. Incomplete from Terry Jones. That is intended way on the other side of the field for Emory Bryant Jr.
Like they're trying to look to him early here, but possibly also could have been a miscommunication on the route as Emory Bryant took that little sharp over towards the boards on the right side, and Jones threw that ball as if it was going straight downfield. So maybe a miscommunication as that ball was way overthrown.
Hallie Scott at the backfield with Jones, the quarterback. They faked the handoff. Jones is going to take off up the middle. Did he get through the hash marks? And now they're going to call a penalty. I don't think they did.
I do not think he did from our angle. Our angle's looking right down that hash mark he was running.
So Jones took off. He kind of veered outside the hash marks and are checking the replay booth right next to us up here.
Last play is under review.
Under review, as you hear from Byron Pearson, the white hat, tonight's game.
Again, the line of scrimmage around the 12 to 13-yard line. So that's where they're looking to see when he was running. And we're going to see a replay here. And right there from that, I do not think from that angle they just showed us here on the broadcast that he was stood inside the hash marks. I think he went out around the 10.
So we'll hear the call. Cam Bruffett talking it over with the white hat. Here comes the call.
After review, run lane violation, quarterback, half the distance to the goal, remains second down.
It's a rule that was implemented last year, Ryan, as you know, that they have the hash marks right in the middle of the field. And can't really see them as well tonight as you could in previous games, but hash marks in the middle of the field. Quarterback can run, but has to go through the hash marks till he crosses the line of scrimmage. That time Jones failed to make it to the line of scrimmage. Here's a give to the running back, Scott. Scott's spinning and getting across the 15 to about the 18-yard line before he's dragged down.
And the Lunkers with the second lowest running yard total of any team here in the league. So not often you see this team running. They're going hurry up too.
3rd and 7, and
get it.
It's going to go against the Lunkers.
False start, offense number 19, 5-yard penalty, remains third down.
Ozarks, the 4th most penalized team in the league. I think the Greenheads are what, number 7?
7th, yep.
So they've done a pretty good job of playing good football. 3rd and 10 here. Jones fakes the handoff, rolls to his right. He's got plenty of time, now goes left, looks deep. He's going to throw short. It is caught over there. Robinson with a nice move, and then he is dragged down by the foot, trying to go across the field to pick up about 6 yards, and it'll bring up 4th down.
And a good job in motion there, and improvised out of it. The motion, pulled the safety down, tried to hit Bryant on the cross over the middle of the field. It was a little short, not too far, didn't get away from the safety, was able to improvise and make something out of it. Now you got an important 4th down here.
Could surrender. They're not going to. They're going to go for it on 4th down. We'll tell you about surrendering as we go. Jones rolls to his right, looking. Now he's being pressured. He's got all kinds of pressure. Goes to his left, throws it. Wide open man in the end zone, and it's caught! Wide open Ali Scott backing into the end zone for the touchdown pass. Ali Scott, 5'10", 220. He's a player that is from Powder Springs, Georgia. And the Lunkers get on the board here in the first quarter. They're going to go for 1 here. Vertical motion by Emory Bryant Jr. The fake handoff. Jones rolls to his left, now his right. Looking, fires a bullet into the end zone. It is caught. And a flag on the play.
Avon Robinson. But we do have a flag on the
play. So we'll check to see if that's going to count. The one
could be
They're welcome. Come on down to this lower level, get loud, and have a good time.
Point after.
If somebody's got tickets.
So we're going to repeat the point after.
So they'll redo it. They'll move him back 5. We had the PA announcer talking over the official. Wasn't us this time.
And got number 21 on that one, Ali Scott, for a blocking penalty there. But now 1-point conversion from the 15-yard line.
Jones, all kinds of time. Now he throws short. It's going to be tough. Robinson is going to try and deke the defender at the 6, and he's held on there. It is no good, but the Lunkers do get on the board here in the first quarter. They lead it 6-0 over Monroe, not unlike the last time or the first time these two teams met a couple weeks ago. Lunkers had a nice lead in the first quarter, 19-12, only to have Monroe outscore them 45-6 in the second and third quarters. So quick start for the Lunkers again here tonight.
Very important too. And going back to that play right there, was a great job from Thierry Jones. The scramble kind of brought the safety down, and it allowed Scott to kind of slip away from the coverage right there. If you went back and watched the replay, safety comes down, loses his man, just gets lost. But a great job from Thierry Jones extending the play and then throws the ball cross field into the red turf. Lunkers, it's a huge play for them to get on the board first, as now they look to throw off here. And throwing off is going to be number 19, Dennis Robinson.
6'5", 220-pound receiver with the throw off. Dropping back deep is Ed Smith Jr. High throw, barely misses the ceiling, caught by Smith. Smith trying to dance around, and he'll be held up at about the 10-yard line, maybe 11, and it'll be stopped there. That's where the Greenheads start this drive. 6-0 our score. Haven't put it on the scoreboard yet, but just under 4 minutes to play in this opening quarter. The Lunkers lead it by 6. They're 1-4. Monroe 2-3 so far this season. And we'll see quarterback in the offensive unit from the Greenheads, Timmy McLean. McLean in college, Ryan, combining his stints at Arkansas State, University of South Florida, and Bethune-Cookman, threw for 4,239 yards in college.
Heck of a collegiate career for McLean.
24 TDs, played 4 games at Arkansas State. He had a couple seasons over 1,000 yards, almost 2,000 yards one season at USF, South Florida. And then Bethune-Cookman threw for 1,130 yards in 2025. So 4,200 passing yards in his college career. 3 different universities, though. But he's got a nice touch. I watched a game a couple weeks ago against the Lunkers, and really nice touch. Lefty. So he's got his offensive unit out on the field. Vertical motion by the Greenheads. McLean rolls to his left. He's got some pressure. He throws a bullet way overthrown that time. Intended for Mark Britt II. Brings up second down.
And it's right there. Once he starts scrambling, the play gets broken. Guys start kind of moving everywhere, where the Lunkers secondary really needs to be on their A game. Covering the original play is one thing, but when he starts moving around in the pocket, because that defensive line is going to be running around all day trying to get him down onto the turf. So really need to make sure you're covering downfield once he starts moving, and a great job from that play.
Gabe Smith, one of the down linemen for the Lunkers. Here's a pass, middle of the field, caught, but dropped immediately by Witherspoon. Catch made by the Greenheads' Britt. And that'll pick up about 6 yards. It'll be 3rd and 4 now for Monroe.
And Ed Smith Jr. going to check on now for the Greenheads. He's taken Denarius Antonoff. So see some personnel change here for on this 3rd and 5, 3rd and 6.
Snap back, McLean rolls to his left, throws it deep, high. It is caught, bobbled, caught again. Touchdown for the Greenheads. It was in the hands of Britt, and then bobbled, caught again the second time by Ed Smith Jr. for the touchdown to tie this game up at 6. That was, I guess, not trying to be funny here, but that was a dying duck pass by McLean. He rolled to his right and had to throw across his body. That ball had all kinds of weird spin on it. 6-6 our score, but the Greenheads able to come down with it. Here's the 1-point conversion. He throws it and overthrows it. A pass there intended for C.J. Brown, incomplete, and we are tied at 6. And neither of these teams do a really good job on their extra points. This is odd from the 6-on-6 that we were used to. Now it's 7-on-7, and we do not see a high percentage of the extra points being completed.
No, not at all. And in our own experience in calling games here at the tackle box, that's come down to win games. Last game we called in against Memphis. That was a reason why the Ozark Lunkers ended up losing that game down to the last minute against Memphis. So these extra points really do come back in these close games. So got to watch out and got to execute on that small part of the field.
So James Herod will throw it off again here for the Greenheads. Greenheads was kind of an interesting mascot, Ryan.
Yes, it is. So like a lot of the teams here in the Arena League was from a name the team contest, bunch of the local townsfolk able to make a team entry for the name, but the Greenheads, named after the greenhead herd mallard, one of the most common ducks here in North America,
of course,
for its green fur and yellow beak.
Yeah, of course, a team owned by the Duck Dynasty boys. I don't know if you ever watched that show.
I saw a couple reruns of it when I was little. Might have been a little bit before my time.
The Duck Calls, a great show, very, very funny show back in the day. And those guys, the brothers now, Dad passed away this year, just recently, but the brothers now own the company and they own the football team. Of course, Dad was a great quarterback, along with Terry Bradshaw. One of the sons went to Harding University, nearby Harding University. So a lot of history with the Duck Dynasty guys. Sal, of course, was the star of the show, I think, in my opinion. He was the star of the show. Always laughed at Uncle Sal. I don't know what the delay is here. A clock issue, something, yep, it's the scoreboard. Having some issues with the scoreboard here.
In my head, I was wondering coming into this game how long it would take for you to use the dead duck on a throw downfield. That was in my mind. I was like, we're even going to get out of the first.
Well, that was about
as... I was just waiting to see how long it was going to take for you to call that one out.
6-6 our score. Now they got to change the clock. I think there was about 2 minutes, just less than 2 minutes left in the quarter, so they'll have to go to that.
I was going to say, I had around the 2-minute 10 mark. We're at the end of that score, so just a clock issue. Let it run. Getting that reset.
And also most techie game we've had. We've got people all over tech-wise kind of working on things while we're calling the game here, so there's some issues for some reason tonight, but things going well on the field. 6-6 our score. And again, Herod will throw it off. Dropping back deep for the Lunkers is Emory Bryant Jr. You like the dying duck pass, huh? By McLean.
I mean, if you weren't going to say it, I was going to eventually, but... And we'll see if they change up here on the throw off. Again, that low one, if Emory Bryant's able to get up to it, got some momentum, was able to cut outside. We'll see if they change it up. Because in my personal experience up here in the box, that really high aired out throw where the guy doesn't have enough time to get a running start, it's normally the recipe for success, especially to get it down in this back corner.
1:30 to play in the quarter. Herod's toss downfield, caught at the goal line. Bryant Jr. taking off right, sees a hole up the middle, spins away, dives forward, and will settle at about the 18-yard line. That's where the Lunkers will take over. 1st and 10. Clock continues to tick here in the quarter. Nice crowd here at the tackle box. This facility actually called Wilson Logistics Arena. A lot of trade shows in here. They've had motocross. They've had all kinds of stuff in this facility.
A little bit of bull riding, I believe.
Yeah. Set it up for volleyball. They've got wrestling in here, all kinds of events. The Lunkers with the ball. Here's a pass. It's incomplete, in and out of the fingertips of Austin Potter. Potter, a local product from nearby Buffalo, Missouri. He's had a good start to his Lunkers career.
Jones putting that ball on a frozen rope from a short distance. Not an easy one to corral there from Potter.
2nd and 10 now for the Lunkers. 25 seconds to play in the quarter. Here's a handoff. It goes to Ali Scott. No running room there. Good defense that time by Joe Piran. Makes the stop, read that play well, and that should probably end the first quarter with these two teams tied at 6.
And if you were showing a defensive end how to work on his own contain on an outside run, you just show him that clip right there. Textbook, beautiful play right there.
Into the quarter, but nobody sees it. Play underway. Jones rolls to his right, got some room. He's going to throw it off balance, incomplete. Into the stands it goes. And that should take us to the second quarter. 6-6 our score. Bring up a 4th down, and most likely the Lunkers will surrender, but we will see, and we'll wait to make sure that they signal the end of the quarter, and now they have. So we'll go ahead and take a break. 6-6 our score between the Greenheads and the Lunkers. This is the Arena League on YouTube. Issue they've been having. Back at the tackle box as we start the second quarter here. Greenheads with the ball. McLean, he runs into a defender, and in the grasp, he tries to throw the pass. I don't know if they blew it dead before the pass. Incomplete anyway. And they did surrender, by the way.
It was a great play right there from number 12, Ty Marsh, on the end. Just got him on the blind side. Had no idea he was coming. Couldn't record the sack, but still a great play. The pressure's looking really good from this defensive line. High
snap. McLean goes after it, rolls to his left, passes the ball. Is it caught? Right into the wall over there. They're going to say it was caught by C.J. Brown, 6'2", 200-pound wide receiver. His first pro season. And they're going to say they want to check this.
I would definitely, because going towards the end, lost his footing, kind of stumbled a little bit, falling backwards as he goes for that. I would definitely take a look. And it looks like that's what they're doing. Here's a quick look at it.
Yeah, can't tell by that view. See if they have another view of it. Can't tell by that view. Can't tell by that view. So if they don't have any other views, no good camera angle from what we hear up here. So they called it a catch on the field, and that's
all
what
right.
it's
We got
remain.
a dance off with Rust.
We will hear the White Hat explain this to the crowd here momentarily. Just no good camera angle. That's the bottom line there. Well, he's not going to say anything. So ball near midfield. And they have a promotion going on the field right here during that review. So we have a timeout. We'll go ahead and take a break as well. 6-6 our score. Second quarter, the Arena League on YouTube.
What if you could talk directly to your favorite Arena League player? Welcome to VIP Ballers, a social media platform where you can get direct access to your favorite player, DM them, get training for your young athlete, mentorship, personalized videos, and exclusive content. All you need to do is head to VIPballers.com, sign up, and follow your favorite Towel player.
neighbors just stopped by. Could you throw these on the grill?
Garage beef? Huh. 5 more minutes.
All beef hot dogs. Filled with beer.
Honey, where are the gosh dang dogs?
5 more minutes.
Garage beef from Garage Beer.
What'd you do to these dogs?
Almost done.
Come on, man. Let's get it.
Greenheads with the football here, 3rd and short, ball near midfield. Snap lures a couple of Lunkers over the line of scrimmage. Automatically yellow flags fall on both sides of the football field.
Encroachment. Defense number 10, 5-yard penalty. Results of the play is a first down.
Automatic first down for the Greenheads. One of 3 new teams in the Arena League this year. The others, of course, Memphis and Nebraska. 3 of the 8 teams in the league this year.
And then a rebranded team this year as well, the Arkansas Diamonds instead of the Hot Springs Wise Guys. So 4 new looks for the Arena League.
Snap back to McLean. Rolling to his right, now his left. Wide open man in the flat right side. Ball caught and tripped up near the 15 of the Lunkers. Catch made by C.J. Brown.
They're going to have him down a lot further away from that.
Into the wall, perhaps.
Perhaps, or a knee going down. You know, it was a tackle made low by the knees. We'll see it here. And I think they're going to call that spot where his foot hit the wall is where he's down from.
Yep, they did. They marked it right there. The official ran right to it. So 2nd and 8. McLean throws it quickly. Ball is caught. Diving snag made there by Frederick Lloyd.
That's a
quick, I'll tell you what, McLean gets rid of the ball very quick. That pass a little away from Lloyd, who was off balance, but still made the catch.
With how spread out the Monroe Greenheads actually line up on the field, it really opens that middle part of the field. 2nd time today, just a quick hitter to that exact spot in the field. Definitely scheming to get that middle of the field open.
McLean snap. He gives it to his lone running back up the middle, who is tackled. That is Ed Smith Jr. Gets it near the 5-yard line before he is stopped on the play. He is hit by DeJuan Hughes of the Lunkers and dropped. So 2nd and goal inside the 5-yard line for Monroe. McLean looks over the defense, points out one would-be tackler. Here's a pass, left side, ball is caught and backed into the wall at the 1-yard line.
Great play right there from number 3, Daniel Charles. Throws him right into the wall. Great tackle getting to the outside. Here's a replay of it here. A quick hitter. Finds him, and before he can go, falling backwards, just slams him right in the wall. Great tackle.
About the half-yard line here. They go with the, before the play even takes place, they throw some flags. Somebody was offsides. They're lined up offsides, perhaps.
I never thought I'd see a brotherly shove in the Arena League, but here we are. I guess even a shove, you just have to quickly hand it off to the guy.
Officials are talking about this. Both the linesmen threw the flags, blew the whistles at the same time. Now they're talking it over with the white hat. Yeah, they went bunched up on that play, and we're going to go with the running play up the middle.
Could have been a false start, too. Maybe the center jumps.
Start. Offense, 5-yard penalty. It remains 3rd down.
So we're going to get the false start on Monroe. I was kind of taking a peek over to the left side of me. I think the center there, number 98, just jumped as he was about to snap the ball.
So it's 4th and goal at about the 6 now, I believe, Ryan.
It is 3rd and goal still.
3rd and goal. 3rd?
Yep.
Can't see that down marker over there.
I can help you. I can see it.
Now a timeout called by Monroe as the clock was winding down.
Monroe. That's
That'll be
their
their first of the half. 12:50 left to play. Big defensive 2 downs coming up here for the Lunkers, as they're not going to surrender from this position.
So a couple weeks ago when these two teams met, you see the Lady Lures performing off the field right there from Ozarks, some of the fans in their suites. But a couple weeks ago when these two teams met in Louisiana, that was at the Monroe Civic Center, Timmy McClain was 21 of 31 for 333 yards. Listen to this, 9 TDs in that game for McClain. Terry Jones, the opposing quarterback that day, 30 of 54 for 328 yards and 7 TDs, but he had some picks.
Did have a couple of picks in that one, and that's really what ended up helping win the game for Monroe. Was turnovers was one of the big things that it came down to. Even though the Lunkers generated more, it was just a couple in bad spots for the Lunkers.
McClain dropping back, looking. Oh, helmet goes flying. He's defensive man coming after him without the helmet, rolling to his left. McClain's going to throw it in the end zone. Nearly picked off by the Lunkers. Oh, my.
That's one he'll want back right there. DeJuan Hughes, you take that back for 6 the moment that gets in your hands. That's when his eyes lit up right there, but I think that's definitely going to be penalty on the offense there. His helmet came flying off. Great pursuit and staying with the play with the helmet off.
It was Ty Marsh. I mean, with reckless abandon, he was going after the quarterback McClain with no helmet on.
Personal foul. Face mask, offense, 15-yard penalty. Previous spot, 3rd down.
That's a play right there. You get back to the bench, the D coordinator is going to slap you on the shoulder pads. Show you in the film room, this is commitment right here.
There's the, yep, there goes the helmet. Here comes Marsh, oh my goodness. Ty Marsh almost got him there. And then Craig Travis giving pursuit, and it's almost picked off.
And on the look of that, just jumps it a little too early there. I say not even early, he just wasn't positioned in the right spot, had to quickly try and move his hands to get there.
Jeremiah Zine II is the center. Quarterback, Timmy McClain. Snap back to McClain, a good one. He goes to his left, he's gonna go up the middle, got some running room. Cuts inside and is down at about the 6-yard line. Boy, he's got some speed and some moves. That time, again, just opened up middle of the field. That'll bring up 4th and goal now at about the 7-yard line.
So we got to be careful for on those long yardage downs right there, because the secondary's got to go back. Defensive line, they're going out to try and stop the outside run, but you have to stay inside the hash marks. You don't even really, it's not the main area of concern when he just goes up the middle.
Ball nearly out of the hands of McClain. He picks it up. He's going to throw it into the end zone. It is incomplete. Boy, what a play there. Intended for Lloyd. And it was kind of a double clutch. McClain, I don't think you saw it there. Here's the pass. It was a good pass, but I think maybe got a hand in there. Michael Witherspoon able to jar that ball loose, and the Lunkers will take over. But prior to that, McClain looked like he was about to pass and lost the football. And it went right back to him near his shoulder pads, and still was able to get a pass off later on. So Lunkers take over here. 6-6 our score. Got about 11 minutes left in the first half. Jones looking, goes to his right. Ball is caught over there. That is Trey James, the wide receiver from Little Rock, Arkansas. He's a guy from Missouri Western University in St. Joseph, Missouri. He was an all MIAA wide receiver while at Missouri Western. Snap back to Jones. He'll go to the same spot, different player this time. This is Miles Kit Denton. First time we mentioned his name in this game. He's been the catalyst offensively for the Lunkers.
2 consecutive out routes, and now the Lunkers still going back to the ball, playing hurry up here.
1st and 10 for the Lunkers. Fake handoff. Jones going the opposite side this time. And that ball is incomplete, intended for Kit Denton for the 2nd consecutive pass attempt. 2nd and 10.
But Samara on that one, absolute rocket out of the arm. Just a little low, hard one there for Kit Denton to really get onto.
They have vertical motion here by the Lunkers. Jones going to throw it downfield, and it's overthrown. Now we got some hand-to-hand combat over there between the Lunkers and the Greenheads. What's going to happen here? This was after the pass, so I don't know if that meant a whole heck of a lot, but the flag thrown in the direction of the pass.
Came from the back judge, so it's going to be pass interference of some kind here.
Was it enough to, I don't know if that was a catchable pass or not.
Pass interference, defense. 10 yards from the spot, automatic first down.
Just a kind of a late flag, I guess.
I remember seeing when I was from our angle up here, we got a good angle of it, watch the line judge, a little bit of contact. Might have just been thinking about it for a minute, but at the end of the day, I thought the flag was going to come out once the contact happened. Just took a little bit to get the flag out. So
1st and 10 for Ozarks. Here's the give. Running back going right, cuts back in the middle of the field. This is Emory Bryant Jr., and he is finally wrestled to the turf, but he'll pick up about 5 yards, maybe 6. Brings up 2nd and 4 now.
Had Dennis Robinson with him as a bodyguard, able to get 6 yards out, which a 6-yard run in the Arena League's great yardage. With how quick these guys get to the ball off the line of scrimmage, and a great display of strength, breaking a couple tackles, getting 6 out of it.
Jones looks to pass. He throws it middle of the field. It's caught wide open. Middle of the field. Touchdown, Trey James. Made a move. It was an anticipation move there. The defender looked like he had him locked up in the end zone, and then James cut inside, and it was a perfect pass by Jones to James for the TD.
Beautiful sidearm, absolutely slinged it in the perfect spot, right in the numbers. Not much of a better throw you can make in that spot there. Great play.
1-point conversion here for the Lunkers. They throw it up in the air, and it is incomplete. Pass intended for James again. Little jump ball action there. DeCarrion Jackson went up with him, and the ball was thrown off a little bit that time, incomplete. So 12-6 our score, much different than the first meeting. Let's see, 19-12 after 1 quarter. A couple weeks ago, Lunkers led it. Then Monroe just went off in the middle 2 quarters. 45 points. A little more defensive-minded game so far in this one.
Got a little bit more film work to use going into the film room for this week. You're playing the same team you played from 2 weeks ago. So not surprised, a little bit more defensive action, secondaries. Get a chance to see how these guys play, how their schemes work. A little different this time around, but still entertaining one so far. A couple turnovers, some big plays.
There's the field, a nice shot of the field, the suites just outside the field. Much different end zone area than you saw at the Monroe Civic Center a couple weeks ago. Looks like it's almost twice as big.
So it gives them a little bit more room in the end zone, which is really interesting to me. That the end zones can be different sizes for different teams.
Dennis Robinson with the throw off. Oh, didn't quite make it. Bounced at the 12. So not quite where you want that. You got to get it past the 10 on the throw off. So penalty flag thrown there by the officials, and they'll set it up at midfield. That's the penalty for not having a throw-off person, somebody that can get it. Mike not working for the white hat there, but
and a throw-off not going in the right spot can be a crucial penalty. As in the Memphis game, that's how Memphis set up their final play in the last 30 seconds to win it in the tackle box and snatch it from the Lunkers. So that penalty can be very costly if you're not careful.
Vertical motion by the Greenheads. They throw it short on the left side. Ball is caught over there, and a good gain on the play by C.J. Brown. They had the vertical motion, cleared the defensive secondary away from the line of scrimmage, and that set up the little quick out by Brown.
When you have the space and if your O-line gives you the time, those plays are so hard to defend. The Lunkers had a couple earlier. Monroe had one that was a quick out route that was able to get some good yardage. So those motions can be so hard to defend in the open field.
Movement again. We're going to have penalty flags thrown. First and goal for the Greenheads.
Talk it over, as I think that could have been from the line first. On the offensive line, excuse me.
Three officials talking it over on the field. We've got the upstairs officials right next to us. So if there's any conversation, we not only hear it, but we can see it as well. They're looking at the replay as we speak. And here's the white hat.
False start on the offense, number 12. Remains first down.
C.J. Brown. Brown lines up on the offensive line. There's three-man offensive line. That's why he on the play prior, he was able to start his block and then release and picked up a good gainer on the outside. That's the dangerous play you were talking about. Block, set up a block, and then take off, release, and get downfield. But the penalty will move the Greenheads back a little bit. Football at about the 8-yard line, or I'm sorry, 13-yard line. Snap back, McLean throws it into the end zone. A little high that time, incomplete. A lot of zip on the pass by Timmy McLean.
And one thing I'm noticing from the Lunkers, changing up the way they're blitzing very frequently here, changing directions. As that time, edge there on the left side, cuts in middle, kind of switch places right there. Forgetting the term for it, that's not coming to my head right now, but it's generating great pressure here for the Lunkers. His defensive line has looked a lot better than they have through the last couple of weeks.
Vertical motion once again by the Greenheads. McLean looks that way, the motion. Pass is caught. Long cross route, ball out and recovered by the Lunkers. Fumble. And the Lunkers come up with it inside the 10-yard line. So another turnover by Monroe in this game. Much like last week, turnovers now turning the other way on the home turf of the Lunkers.
Little peanut punch here from number 12, Ty Marsh. Great play right there, staying with it. And that's just one, as the offense, not one that the coach is going to be too happy about in the film. You just got to hold on to the ball.
Brock Carter with the recovery. He was a defensive player of the year. So the Lunkers offensive unit comes out here. They lead it 12-6. Just under 7 minutes to play in the first half.
Deep safety here, almost at midfield.
Jones is going to run up the middle, and he'll be tripped up at the 10. Gets across the line of scrimmage and then cuts outside. Not a lot of running room there. Tell you, these guys, short field, obviously a 50-yard field, but they do a pretty good job tackling here. Haven't seen too many. There's a guy, Boo Smith with St. Joe, that eluded a lot of people with his moves. Haven't seen that with too many other guys in this league. There's a pass caught on the left side by the Lunkers. Very close to that first down marker. That looks like Dennis Robinson again with the kit. Nope, that was actually Miles Denton.
And he is going again, talking about putting out some moves. Does a quick little 1-2, able to get around him.
Here's a pitch outside to Emory Bryant Jr. They've run it a few more times in this game than they have previously at home. Talking about the Lunkers offensively, they primarily like to throw the football.
And the only reason I can be thinking of, too, is trying to bring the secondary down, play more uptight, trying to leave some space for the speedsters that they have on this receiver core. A lot of smaller, quicker guys on this Lunkers receiving core, but still got a safety back and not pressing too high here.
Kit Denton in motion. Going to throw right side. It is caught over there. Trey James with the catch and pounded into the wall, the hockey wall. Brings up a 3rd and 3 now for the Lunkers, right at midfield. 25-yard line.
So they're still playing about 5 to 6 yards off. I know it's hard to play a press secondary in this type of league with how much space you have to stay close to the guy. Half a step, you can get beat downfield.
Lunkers in tight here. Jones going to run up the middle again, gets across the line of scrimmage and gets enough for the first down. No flags on the play, so he crossed at the appropriate moment. And Jones, the quarterback, they were in tight offensively with that play, and then everybody flared out, which set up the open space in the middle of the field.
And just barely inside the hash there on that one. Great play from Jones.
1st and 10. Fake the pitch this time. Jones rolls to his right. He throws it downfield, and it is incomplete. Tries to throw it up in the air for Trey James, but it was knocked out of his hands by the defensive back.
Great play right there, number 24 to carry, and Jackson on that one. Stays on his shoulder, rises above the receiver. Great defensive effort right there on this one as you'll get another look at it here. Floats it up, stays on him. Beautiful play.
Jackson got up in the air, too. Quick hitter to Emory Bryant Jr. He dives forward, gets the first down for the Lunkers. Little screen set up on the left side that time. The center, and he's new this week for the Lunkers, Jake Swerple. He was with the team for a while last year. He was an All-American wrestler at Minot State in Minnesota. The center, and he's been doing a good job. Fake the handoff to the Lunkers. Jones rolls to his right, still on his feet, got time, throws it. Ball caught right at the 1-yard line by Emory Bryant Jr. Comes down with the ball. He thought he landed in the end zone with the ball.
I think his shoulder hits the ground before he reaches, but they're going to take a look at this for sure, as that one was close.
He kind of put the ball up above his head and came down. Yeah, they're looking at it right now.
Oh, we're going to need to slow that one. That one is close. We might need to slow that one down, but and here it is again. Rolls out. You're going to see Denton here. Jumps up with it, holds it. Here's the real question, though. His shoulder doesn't touch, but is contact and an elbow on the board, does that count as down? I think that's going to be the real question for the officials, is the contact.
Yeah, they put him at the about half-yard line here. With 2:50 to play in the first half, we have the 2-minute warning coming up. Lunkers going to stay in the shotgun formation here. They've got Emory Bryant Jr. to the right of the quarterback. Vertical motion here. They fake the handoff. They pass it into the end zone. Ball tipped on the pass. That is Tyree Hollins who tipped the pass for the Greenheads. Almost intercepted.
Came in up the middle here, completely unblocked too. And it wasn't actually not him, it was number 15 who got the tip on that one, as it was John Brown Jr., the defensive end, who actually gets there. But a good play from Hollins, great pressure, unblocked up the middle, gets there.
Lunkers in tight again. Emory Bryant Jr. behind the quarterback. Oh, high snap over the head of Jones. Looks like the Lunkers may have picked it up. Nope, they're going to say the Greenheads got on top of that. Not a great, and now we have flag on sportsmanlike conduct here. So not a good time for your first bad snap by Swerple. and apparently recovered by the Greenheads.
White hat talking over with his official. Here's the high snap. Official still talking, loose for it. I think the flag came after the play, so probably, again, talking about more of an unsportsmanlike.
On the play, recovered by Monroe. After the play, unsportsmanlike, 15 Monroe. Half the distance to the goal. First down.
So it was a fumble recovered by the Greenheads. And we have the 2-minute warning here, so we will take a break. Lunkers lead at 12-6. Monroe has the ball, trying to get it into the end zone before half. We'll take a break. The Arena League on YouTube. Back at the tackle box in Springfield, Missouri. The Greenheads with the ball after the turnover by the Lunkers. Just under 2 minutes to play in the first half. McLean trying to tie this or take the lead here before halftime. Get some momentum. He'll get the ball to begin play in the second half. McLean gonna take off downfield. Got some room. Now he slides near midfield. And a flag in the end zone.
That one's gonna be coming back. It'll be a blocking penalty here on Monroe.
So we'll see.
I believe it's going to be holding on the center.
Holding. Offense number 12. Half the distance to the goal. Remains first down.
So that end zone's real close to me and you, Tom, here on this side of the arena. I got a good look at that one. Held in the end zone. That one, not really a hard one for the refs to debate over.
So, first and about 13 after that halfway to the end zone penalty. And now,
after review, holding was in the end zone. We do have a safety.
It's a safety. Holding in the end zone is a safety. So, wow. The Lunkers get the call there, now lead it 14-6. They changed the call. There's the, we just missed the
hold
play.
Was just before. That was right on the wall. We'll probably get a look at it here.
So the center coming
was
into
right
the picture right here.
On would have been on Craig Travis. It's where the hold was, but lucky break, two possessions and unfortunate penalties. Yep, there it is right there. Just got the hand in the armpit under the jersey there.
So James Herod will throw it off here for the Greenheads, dropping back deep for the Lunkers, Emery Bryant Jr. The Lunkers get a break there after turning the ball over and a penalty in the end zone. Herod take his running start, throws it downfield. That is deep. Ball is caught in the end zone by Emery Bryant Jr. He's going to come down the sideline, bang into the hockey wall over there. He does get up. Anytime I see that, I'm always leery about the guy getting up, but he does. Lunkers will have it. They lead it 14-6. Low scoring, defensive minded game by both these squads here at Wilson Logistics Arena.
And you were talking about, especially with those hits on the boards, I know on broadcast it's hard to tell, especially in this arena. Don't know how the acoustics do it, but those boards, they just kind of echo a little bit. Sounds like you hit them a lot harder than they probably do. So any hard hit along the boards, always a little concern for the guy getting up, but good to see Brian getting up.
About a 6-inch pad, but it can still hurt at full speed. Pass in the middle of the field, a great one caught by the Lunkers. Spinning, Kit Denton down the field and in for the score. How about that? Miles Kit Denton breaks loose and rambles down the sideline for the big touchdown for the Ozarks Lunkers. They lead it 20-6.
Just a simple crosser, but Kid Denton fights all the way from midfield, breaking tackles all the way in the end zone. Take a look here, catches it here around the 20. Pass a man there, just no securing the tackle there, no wrap up from Monroe, and then slides into the end zone there. Knee gets down in the red turf. Touchdown Lunkers. What a play from Kid Denton to stay up.
They're going to go for two here now. Up 20-6. Or as the scoreboard said, yeah. Snap back to Jones. Going forward, moving to his right, throws it in the end zone. It is caught. Wide open alley. Scott was in there, jumping around, waving his hands, trying to get the attention of Terry Jones, and finally did. Just a nice soft touch pass there for the 2-point conversion.
It might be coming back, though. Could be holding in the backfield as that flag
Holding.
came.
Offense number 20. 10-yard penalty from the previous spot. We're still going for two.
So we'll replay it.
Did not see that flag. So they'll take off the 2 there. Should be 20-6. And the Lunkers still go for 2 from the 20. Jones rolls to his right. It's going to throw it up in the air. It is caught at the 1. Denied. Oh my goodness, what a catch, but he goes out of bounds off the wall at the 1-yard line. That is Trey James, really leaped up in the air. The officials are talking about it here.
No good. Interesting. That's an innovative way to stop the conversion there. Just throw them out. Why not? I was going to say, because the catch looks like it was just in the turf. I think the officials are definitely looking this over, make sure they got the call here. Here's up from this angle. It looks like he's just barely out. Review.
Well, that's the definition of using the walls as an extra defender.
Point
Am I right?
No good.
And that right there is probably the quickest review you'll ever see in this league. Go to review, turn around, no good.
Well, and you wonder if they were maybe thinking he was coming out of the end zone
and I think
caught it and then jumped in. I think that was the thinking there, was that maybe he caught it, he jumped up in the end zone, and So maybe that's why they had to look at it.
And it was, because he caught that right on the goal line right there. So definitely had to take a look at it. Good job from the officiating crew to get that one down. But I got scared they were going to throw him over the boards into someone's box.
Dennis Robinson with the throw off now. See if he gets it downfield. Barely. Bounces up in the air. That ball's free. Recovered by the Lunkers. It hit inside the 10. That's a free ball.
That is.
Recovered by the Lunkers.
I was going to say that was clearly in the 10.
I think it bounced at the 9. Well, they're going to put it at the 5. So they'll put it.
The ball bounced inside the 10-yard line. Was not touched by Monroe. Oh, Ozark recovered it, but by rule, it's first down Monroe at the 5-yard line.
So maybe it's not a dead ball. I think it has to touch a Monroe player as well for it to be considered a dead or a live ball. But a great bounce here. This is a great break for the special teams unit, as just a bad read right there from James Herod, the wide receiver.
McLean, and the ball loose again. Lunkers gonna pick it up in the end zone. Another turnover, another score by the Lunkers. Picked up by Daniel Charles for 6 points.
And the first time these two teams meet, the Lunkers generated 5 turnovers, but didn't really get a lot off of this game. Whole different story. Turnovers are still there. The defense is making their presence known. But this time, normally it's a scoop and score. That one you just scooped it and you didn't even have to run anywhere.
Well, Anton was the running back. They tried to stick it in the gut of Anton, and it was stripped out of his chest or out of his hands and picked up by the Lunkers in the end zone. They lead it 26-6 now, and will go for one here. Throw it up in the air. It is picked off, and they are downing Jackson after the interception on the extra point there. Again, Jones tried to throw it up in the air. A little jump ball opportunity there intended for Dennis Robinson. But Lunkers again doing it with some defense in this game.
And if you're just joining us after being gone for about 2 to 3 minutes, I know the scoreboard looks a little different. A lot has happened in this last little bit here in this football game.
Yeah, kind of recap the scoring. The Lunkers have scored the last 3 touchdowns.
So it started back from a pass play from Terry Jones, and that one went to Trey James. That put them up 12-6 with 8:43 left to go in the quarter. But then we went down 1:38 left not too long ago. There was another throw from Jones. That one caught by Kid Denton to make it 20-6. And it only took 12 seconds later.
Yeah. And of course the safety.
The safety from the holding in the backfield. So a lot has happened here in this ever since getting back from this 2-minute break.
Robinson again, his arm may be sore before this half's over. He throws it into the roof now. So they'll put the ball at midfield. This has been a problem. Hits the top of the ceiling. Robinson just could not get it downfield. And again, he's struggled a little bit the last couple of throws. 3 throws. One, he did not make it to the 10. One, he just barely got it over, which turned out to be a pretty good play. It wasn't touched by Monroe. And then this time he hits the ceiling. So Monroe gets it at midfield.
I don't know any other teams that struggle in their arenas hitting the roof on the throw-offs. That could be a uniquely Lunkers Wilson Logistics Arena issue. I say issue, we call it home field advantage. That one's just not going the way of the Lunkers.
Timmy McLean takes the snap, drops straight back, looking, throws it deep into the end zone, wide open for the score. Boy, a quick hitter there. McLean with the touchdown pass. That is caught by Ed Smith Jr. That's what this league's about, quick scores.
And that's how you respond here. Great play, has a step. A beautiful throw on the back shoulder there from McLean. So now,
well, should be
26-12.
Yeah, 26-12.
Going
Lunkers.
for one.
Greenheads going for one here. McLean rolling to his left. Now he cuts back, going to go back the other way. Throws it into the end zone, incomplete. Good defense again by the Lunkers. Extra point denied there. And how many scores have we had here in the last, since a 2-minute warning?
40 seconds.
Goodness gracious.
Safety from a hold in the end zone. Touchdown pass. Scoop and score, really just a score, just picking up in the end zone. And then a deep hitter, all within 46 seconds.
Goodness gracious. Well, that's what this league's about. They promise offense. We were a little worried. It was, 12-6 for a while. We thought, well, this is not quite what you get in this, the Arena League normally. But the last 2 minutes, yep, that's Arena League football. No doubt about it. They've opened it up, both teams, and been some defense played and some breaks, I think, as well. 2 games were played last night. We'll tell you about those at halftime. We have one other game going on tonight. We'll tell you about that at halftime. As James Herod will throw it downfield. Caught by Emory Bryant Jr. He gets outside on his feet and then thrown into the wall, and maybe a late hit. I don't see any flags there. The fans wanted a whistle. Not going to get it. Lunkers take over with 1:13 to play. Watch this play. He goes into the wall right there.
I was going to say, when it hit the wall, maybe not have heard the whistle. No more, not all of malicious intent that one. I agree, not throwing the flag on that one. However, the special teams unit for the Lunkers done a great job getting around midfield every throw off, which is really helps out the offense.
Jones, vertical motion for the Lunkers. He's going to go short. Was it caught? They say it was. Low pass. Trey James at his knees, able to make that catch. Picked up right at about 6 yards. It'll be 2nd and 4 here. Under a minute to play in the first half. Snap back to Terry Jones. Jones going to go deep downfield. Got a man open. It is caught by Miles Kit Denton in the end zone. Jumps up, makes the catch, and holds on to it for the score. Another score here in the last 2 minutes.
His second of the game here. Beautiful deep ball. Jumps up to a defender, loses a couple steps, isn't able to jump up with them. Great play here from the Lunkers, and this is more of the high-flying air raid that you see from this Lunkers team. When it's clicking, and there's a lot of points on the board.
32-12. Lunkers will go for one. Miles Kit Denton will. Here's a pass again, intercepted by the Greenheads, and again that is intercepted by Jackson. DeCarrion Jackson picks it off in the end zone. Oh, a little extracurricular activity after the play here. Players getting in each other's grills near the Greenheads bench. Officials say up. Nothing to it, nothing here, nothing to see.
So count that, 5 scores in total in this last 2 minutes of the first half.
And just like that, 32-12. Lunkers lead it. Still 46 seconds to play in the first half. Now we're gonna have a different throw off. Yes, we are. Looks like Dwan Hughes may be the guy in charge of throwing off for the Lunkers. Hughes, 6'2", 185 from Crawfordville, Florida. Throws it downfield, caught at the 3-yard line, and back across the 10. That is Herod from Monroe. They take over there. See what we've got in store. We've got plenty of time for a couple more touchdowns, don't we?
Yeah, well, yes, we do. And a good thing for Monroe, if they get a quick score here, they will get the ball back for the start of the second half. So a quick score here in this 40 seconds left. If you're the last team to put points on the board, that can be a huge minimum 12-point swing if they score to come out of the half. So could be huge for Monroe as they got the time. And now a timeout signaled, looks like.
Monroe calls time. Talk over this play here.
Lunkers.
Oh, Lunkers called time. So defensively, looks like they got a bunch of defensive backs out there right now. A little prevent defense, you think?
A little prevent defense, but you got to be careful. Again, you got enough, 11 yards is enough space for McLean to be able to scramble, and if he's able to get away from the defensive line and able to get in the open field with this many defensive backs on, it could be turn right upfield for half the football field, past midfield on a scramble here. We've already seen that happen a couple times here in this game from McLean. Now it got called back once, but you could see him with this much defensive backs out.
Got a lot of speedsters out there for the Lunkers that go short. Ball caught by Ed Smith Jr. and pounded into the wall. Very close to a first down, about 8-yard gain that time for the Greenheads. Little quick out there, quick hitter.
Ball's down, clock's going, under 30.
Movement on the Greenheads, pulling the Lunkers over. Let's see what they say. Yep, it'll go against Monroe, stopping the clock with 18 seconds
False start. Offense
play.
number 9. 5-yard penalty from previous spot.
And that'll go against number 9, Frederick Lloyd. He's in at 6'5", 215 on that offensive line for the Greenheads. So not good for Monroe. Now it puts them back. They got to go a little bit further of a distance with 18 left, but I believe they still have one timeout to call if they need it. Gonna have to utilize some of the speed that they brought out.
I think they got somebody shadowing McLean here. Nope. He looks downfield, fires it. It is caught at about the 10. The clock didn't even start. Clock never did start. Now it's going, but it was at 18 seconds. And 18 seconds after he made the catch, and then it started down to 5, 4. Something going on here.
I'm going to say, it didn't start the whole. It was a great, first of all, I want to take away from the throw here from McLean. Beautiful, dropped it in the bucket.
Timeout. Monroe, that is their third
take the timeout here.
Clock has been reset to 6 seconds.
We'll see how much time they throw up, because again, clock didn't start until after the play was basically over. I was going to say this, I mean, even if 6 seconds is a guess, I don't think they might have a little bit more time than that. The clock went down all the way to 3 after the play was done, but they'll have 6 seconds left to go. So we'll see what Monroe's able to do with. You have enough time for a quick hitter, but now you just got to press up if you're the Lunkers in this short of field. And then it's a little harder. You can't really implement a spy in this kind of league because offensive line can go out and go for routes. There's not really any way to throw someone to watch McLean if he tries to scramble out, or just, I guess, up the middle, then out, depending on where he goes. He's got to run, stay inside the hash marks until he crosses the line of scrimmage if he's running it. So we'll see what the Lunkers do, but playing up and pressing is the secondary.
Snap back to McLean. He's going to throw it, and it's low, incomplete. And again, the clock doesn't start. Still at 6 seconds.
And we got a player down too. We're going to go down to 2 seconds.
So a player down for the Lunkers. Told the clock on our screen is not the official clock. Is that Robinson breathing in pain for Dennis Robinson? No, number 10. Nope, that's DeJuan Hughes down. So 2 seconds on the clock. And again, we apologize. We're jumping on the clock, and apparently the clock we're looking at is not the same as the official clock here in the arena. So we aired there. We can't see the official clock. It is actually in front of us, but 2 seconds left in the first half. It's been a long half, hour and a half right now.
A lot of scores, a couple of penalties. By a couple, I mean a little bit more than a couple, but it's been entertaining so far too. A lot of turnovers. Was defensively minded for the better part of 28 minutes, and then last two, it's been all offense. And it's good to see DeJuan Hughes being able to get off on his own legs. Good to see him take a trip to the trainer's table and the locker room. Hopefully we'll be able to see him still be suiting up when we come out of the break for halftime.
This should be the last play of the half. McLean takes a snap. He's going to take off up the middle, throws it into the end zone. It's tipped, incomplete. And that should end the first half with the Lunkers up 32-12. Let's just see. 32-12 will be your halftime score. The Ozarks Lunkers on top of the Monroe Greenheads. The Greenheads will have the ball to begin play in the second half. We will take a break and bring you our halftime show. This is the Arena League on YouTube.
What if you could talk directly to your favorite Arena League player? Welcome to VIP Ballers, a social media platform where you can get direct access to your favorite player, DM them, get training for your young athlete, mentorship, personalized videos, and exclusive content. All you need to do is head to VIPballers.com, sign up, and follow your favorite TAL player.
Brown's beer saved my life. It's 30 years ago today. A lot of predators in this jungle.
Almost done.
Come on, man. Let's get it. And welcome back to the Arena League on YouTube from Wilson Logistics Arena in Springfield. My name is Tom Ladd. Ryan Swanson alongside. 32-12 here at intermission. The Lunkers on top of the Greenheads from Monroe, a first-year program, but a team that knocked off the Lunkers a couple weeks ago in Louisiana. It was a similar situation, Ryan, in that the Lunkers jumped out early in this one as they did in the first game. The difference is that second quarter in Monroe dominated by the Greenheads. Here, the Lunkers outscore them 20-6 in the second quarter, and a lot of that late in the quarter.
Yep, and especially it was also the Lunkers just capitalizing on the mistakes from the Greenheads. It was a holding in the end zone that led to a safety, which kind of snowballed it into what the score we have in now. It's still great plays from the Lunkers, some good deep ball down, some good scoring. from the Lunkers, but great job from the Lunkers to capitalize on the mistakes, and now the game's wide open.
Really is. Of course, Greenheads get the ball to begin play in the second half, but a wild final 2 minutes for sure of the first half. 32-12 the score. Lunkers on top of the Greenheads. We'll take a break. More coming up here at the half. This is the Arena League on YouTube. Welcome back to Wilson Logistics Arena in Springfield, Missouri. The Ozarks Lunkers on top of the Monroe Greenheads by a score of 32-12 here at halftime. It was billed as a game of the two best quarterbacks in the league statistically. You've got Terry Jones, who leads the league in passing yardage and touchdown passes. And then Timmy McClain has done a great job this season. The lefty has put up some big numbers, over 1,000 yards passing this year, 24 TDs. Well, the Lunkers defense has come to play so far tonight.
Yes, they have. And we're going to take a moment to look at the highlights here from this one. Here's a play here, Terry Jones, and this one just broken coverage downfield. Great ball on the run, perfect spot. It's been the Lunkers capitalizing on those types of opportunities and mistakes from Monroe. It was a beautiful ball downfield from Terry Jones. It was going to be Ali Scott was the one who made that one. Here's a play here, the lefty almost on his back foot, jump ball, a little bobble, and that one was a beautiful catch right there. And here's another score from number 14, Trey James.
James with a nice dance afterwards too, giving points for that. Lunkers quarterback Terry Jones with the pass in the middle of the field for James, the running back slash receiver. And then McClain comes right back, fires one on the left side of the field. And then the ball loose, knocked out by the Lunkers defensively, recovered by the Lunkers as well. And the pass in the end zone, incomplete. You see the Lunkers with the big play down the sideline. This is Kit Denton with the score as he outruns the defense there and slides into the end zone for the touchdown reception.
And this is really the start of that effect from the last 2 minutes, as there was the fumble in the end zone, picked up and scored right there. That one from Daniel Charles. And these next couple of clips you're about to see all within about the same 2-minute span of each other. It started off that Kit Denton score, then the scoop and score was a deep bomb response from Monroe. That one caught by Ed Smith Jr. And then this one is the one that ended it. Kit Denton, another deep ball, and that's what ended the half to keep your score at 32-12 here at the tackle box.
We're expecting a wild finish in this one. We've got 2 quarters to play. Lunkers lead it at home. Good crowd here tonight. Great atmosphere. Fans enjoying themselves. We are as well with some entertaining football. We'll take a break. More coming up from the Tackle Box in Springfield, Missouri. It's the Arena League on YouTube. Welcome back to the Tackle Box in Springfield, Missouri, Wilson Logistics Arena. Tom Ladd, Ryan Swanson here tonight. 32-12 is your halftime score. A couple of games played last night in the Arena League, as a matter of fact, Ryan. We had a couple of finals. St. Joe Goats lost to Iowa 61-39. I was surprised by that.
Huge upset here for the Arena League.
Absolutely, a lot of points scored by the Woo in that game. Another game last night had the Arkansas Diamonds knock off the Memphis Hound Dogs 32-6. So a lot of points scored, some pretty good defense by the teams last night.
Yes, there was. And then for the game that's going on tonight, that one was between Eau Claire and Nebraska, about to kick off in the second half. Nebraska leads 24-14. Going into the second half in that one. And then we'll also take a minute to look over some plays from 2 weeks ago. Monroe and the Lunkers fighting it out 2 weeks ago. We'll go ahead and take a look at some highlights from those games from 2 weeks ago.
The Arena League, of course, this in the Civic Center in Monroe. These some of the games that were played, some of the top plays in the league last week. As you see, just all the teams squaring off. Is the big man, the quarterback from Memphis, with the touchdown pass. The Lunkers there, Miles Denton. There's, of course, Smith Jr. with the catch. Gets his helmet knocked off. Another one in Monroe last week. Love seeing those big guys making the catches around the end zone as well. Nebraska undefeated on this season. Boy, that couple divisions in the league. You got the North Division with Nebraska at 5-0. St. Joe now 4-2 as they lose last night. Iowa 1-4. Actually 2-4 now with their big win. And Eau Claire was looking for their first win, and they're 0-5 heading into tonight's game. On the other side, in the South, Arkansas led the way at 4-1. You got Memphis at 3-2, Monroe 2-3, and of course the Lunkers at 1-4. You're seeing some of the top plays in the league from 2 weeks ago. Of course, everybody took last week off for the holiday. but it's been a very big passing year for the teams, the 8 teams in the league. 2 quarterbacks coming into this week's action, over 1,000 yards passing. Terry Jones from the Lunkers, 1,562 yards. And you had Timmy McClain, almost 1,200 yards coming into tonight's action. Vernon Sharp from Iowa, almost 900 yards. Eau Claire's Malik Gillard with 960 yards passing. Jordan Ambrose from Arkansas, right at 1,000 yards passing this year. Several teams, St. Joe's got 3 different quarterbacks that have combined for a lot of numbers this year. But you're seeing some of the guys that have put up some pretty big numbers offensively. And of course, there's been some good defense played as well. There's Timmy McClain with a bomb downfield. Little hand-to-hand combat there for the touchdown. And that's the way it looks 2 weeks ago in the Arena League here. 32-12 is your halftime score. Teams starting to make their way onto the field here at Wilson Logistics Arena, as we have one final timeout to bring you, and we'll bring you the second half. Again, the Greenheads will have the football when we return. The second half coming up with the throw off. We'll do that right after this. It's the Arena League here on YouTube.
What if you could talk directly to your favorite Arena League player? Welcome to VIP Ballers, a social media platform where you can get direct access to your favorite player, DM them, get training for your young athlete, mentorship, personalized videos, and exclusive content. All you need to do is head to VIPballers.com, sign up, and follow your favorite TAL player.
The neighbors just stopped by. Can you throw these on the grill?
Garage beef? Huh. 5 more minutes.
All beef hot dogs. Filled with beer.
Honey, where are the gosh dang dogs?
5 more minutes.
Garage beef from Garage Beer.
What'd you do to these dogs?
Almost done.
Come on, man. Let's get it.
Both teams on the field getting set for the second half of tonight's game. You see the crowd, good crowd here tonight at Wilson Logistics Arena. And they are scurrying about, getting some food, concession stands, some drinks. Haven't had the weather this weekend. We've had weather, a couple of home games outside. No storms tonight to speak of, which is great.
No, and the sun's still, well, you can see a little sunlight peeking in through the windows. So a good little sunset here in the heart of the Ozarks. You can see outside the window from here in the tackle box. Again, good crowd tonight. It's been a really entertaining game so far. A lot of drama, a lot of things to get excited about. Granted, that first half was probably one of the long ones me and you have had the pleasure of calling in a good chunk of time that I can remember. So we'll see if the second half continues. Typically, the second half feels like it's always longer than the first, but that's just from my experience commenting. You got a little bit more under your belt than I do, so.
I was just looking forward to some duck calls during some of the game tonight. No duck calls? At least we couldn't hear any. Yeah, somebody's got a duck call out there. Got to. And again, a greenhead is a duck, a mallard.
And if they don't have a duck call, or someone in this building's got to be able to do a duck call on their own. I got a feeling someone in this building does.
It's tough. It is tough. I've watched the show enough to know it's not easy.
I'm sure there's a guy in this room who loves getting out and going hunting.
So Lunkers will throw it off to begin the second half. And for Ozarks, they will have DeJuan Hughes set and ready to go here. Lefty tosses it downfield, caught at about the 5 by Smith Jr. and tripped up from behind and still down. It may be Britt with the return. Limping after the catch, after the tackle. Mark Britt the second. The deep man there, but it'll bring out the offensive unit. Hopefully he's okay. He's been a key member of the Greenheads offense. So we'll see what Timmy McLean has up his sleeve here for the second half. He is a big play quarterback.
We're really going to need him to generate some offense here. It's not dire situations yet, but down 20 to start the half, you really need something to happen here.
Vertical motion. Here's a pass way downfield. No one within 15 yards of that one. Pass was intended for Ed Smith Jr. Incomplete. A little miscommunication on that pass route.
And that's something you want to see coming out of the tunnel here. First play of half, but just shake it off. We'll be all right. Got still 3 downs to work with here, 10 yards to go. Just play, you know what? I like taking the deep shot early, though. I love playing aggressive, especially when you're down 20. But now just got to settle in because now you're behind the sticks, if you will. So really got to try and make some yardage up.
McLean gives it to his running back. Here's got some room up the middle. Nobody's going to get him, and in for the score. That is Anton. Denarius Anton burst outside, saw a seam right through it. He goes for the touchdown run.
And a gnarly stiff arm, too. Emphatic as he's running into the end zone. As we're going to see the replay here. Finds the outside. And the Lunkers, the one time they don't hold contain on the outside run, the few that there have been, they pay for it.
Quad Smith with a good block, keeping his man in check, not able to make the tackle. Just like that, Greenheads get on the scoreboard here in the third quarter. McLean trying to get away, nearly tripped up, still on his feet, and now finally sacked on the extra point. Boy, the pressure put on that time by Craig Travis III. Also helping out was Ty Marsh defensively for the Lunkers. Neither team really known for their sacking ability, but they got him that time.
However, it has been the Lunkers who have done a great job at least generating pressure. Hasn't resulted in any sacks yet on plays that outside of this one extra point attempt from Monroe, but the pressure has definitely helped out generate some turnovers as we've seen earlier in this game. So the defensive line, while no statistical value currently, if you go and check out on the Arena League website, here in the tackle box, their value has been seen throughout this whole game.
32-18 the score now here in the third quarter. So the score put up by Monroe cuts into the Lunkers lead, 32-18, and that's exactly what they needed. Quick strike, quick score on the run that time by Denarius Anton.
And the defense, for what it's worth, outside of those final 2 minutes of that half, we're playing very good football. And I mean, the scoop and score in the end zone, that's outside of their control. But the defense, up into that 2-minute warning, we're playing good football. So just a few things that went wrong and have gone for the worse for this defensive for Monroe. If they can come out, get a solid set of downs, get the ball back to their offense. Monroe's still in a good spot, but they got to get a stop.
Herod throws it downfield, picked up by Emery Bryant. He'll bring it back, spins at the 10, and he'll be dropped there. And that's where the Lunkers will take over 1st and 10 on their first possession of the second half.
Just got to be careful and can't let the Lunkers continue to build off the momentum. Now that first strike definitely helps, but now out comes the offense. Terry Jones back out. Lunkers ready to go back to work and back out with their usual offensive unit, not as many speedsters as they came out with to start the game. It's a little bit more size up front. Maybe looking for a quick hitter here.
Terry Jones, the quarterback, 6'4", 200 pounds, signals the motion, he give, and the ball is handed off to Allie Scott, who gets maybe 2 yards on that run. Little sweep going to the left. Not much going on there. Say this about the Greenheads. They're doing a good job on the running attack of the Lunkers, which hasn't been that dominant this year.
Well, that was man coverage. It was a read option. Terry Jones reads that and is able to hold on, because that same play happened where Jones kept it. So they were ready for the run. He keeps it. That's a first down right there. Just got to pick up the read.
Jones throwing it downfield, up in the air, and it's incomplete. Pass intended for Allie Scott there. Overthrows him. Ball ends up in the stands. Of course, you'll remember last year the Lunkers had the top running back in the league, who ended up being the MVP of the Arena League.
Brandon Mackey.
Yeah.
Very valuable, and was a change of pace from this Lunkers team. Was run heavy in a league like this, and now they're one of the teams that throws the ball the most.
Pass middle of the field, a head first dive, incomplete. Boy, it's dangerous to throw that ball in the middle of the field. Intended there for Bryant Jr., incomplete, and the Lunkers going to surrender here. So exactly what the Greenheads wanted. We've got a player down for the Greenheads here.
And that was a gnarly collision right there. We're going to tend to him, hope he's okay.
He's moving around, which is a good sign.
Head to head right there.
That's that middle of the field when they're all diving for the football. It's exactly what happened there.
And he gets up and walks off. Good to see right there, James Herod. Because again, that's as you were saying, Tom, that's a dangerous play right there. As now you're going to see the offense come on. We'll see if he gets attended to. Definitely, I'm going straight into concussion protocol. Or even if he's walking his own feet, got to check and make sure his head's all right, especially after a hit like that.
Terry Bowden, the head coach of the Greenheads, former Auburn National Championship coach. His most recent stop, of course, with Louisiana Monroe. The Bowdens, talk about a royalty in college football. Here's a pass on first down for the Greenheads, caught and rammed into the wall over there. Once again, Ed Smith Jr. How many times have we mentioned his name? He's a new player this week. Came in from Salina, Kansas. He was coached by one of the coaches for the Greenheads at Salina.
And has one of the 3 scores in this game so far. So good contributions first week with the team.
Second and short here. McLean, all kinds of time, throws it short, left side, first down and more. Here's a cut into the wall and tackled there. C.J. Brown with the catch. Moving it downfield methodically here. And you talk about some momentum. The Lunkers had it at halftime. Right now, that momentum is quickly sneaking into the Greenheads locker room. Here's another quick hitter. A screen set up and played well that time by the Lunkers. Catch made by Smith Jr., but Lunker player down. Looks like maybe a cramp over there is the way he's looking at the feet and everything.
It was a great play from him, too, as he
Brock Carter played his high school football at nearby Logan Rogersville High School. Was a pretty good wrestler as well. He's been a Defensive Player of the Year for the Lunkers. Looks like he's got cramps the way that they're holding on his legs and everything. So they're working on that.
Made the tackle, immediately reached and grabbed his calf. Trainer's checking in on him. It was a great play, too. Just jumped outside of his block, and that's how you got to defend a screen right there. It was a great job from him to wrap up and secure the tackle in this part of the field. Again, also, not only a great defensive player, but a good leader and veteran presence on this defensive unit who did. Lunkers got a lot of new players coming into this season, so you still got some guys first year in the Arena League. It's good to have a guy who's been here for longer than a year, have some sort of a veteran presence on the defense, especially with a man like Brock Carter.
Craig Travis, a couple 3-year players for the Lunkers. And he's up and will jog off the field right now, get a rub down over there, and I'm sure we'll be back in. He is a good one for the Lunkers. So it brings up 2nd down. They can get a 1st down inside the 1-yard line. Timmy McClain.
It looks like Ty Marsh is going to be coming out to help replace that presence from Brock Carter.
McClain going short again. It is caught over there and then knocked into the wall once again. Defensively for the Lunkers, Michael Witherspoon after the catch made. Those quick hitters are effective for the Greenheads. And again, it's a very accurate passing by Timmy McClain.
And I know you said it already once here on the broadcast, but gets the ball out so quick too. Throws it on a frozen rope when he goes to those quick hitters. It's hard to jump on him as a DB.
Low snap, picks it up, throws it wide open in the end zone for the score. Quad Smith with the touchdown, and 2 scores to none here in the 3rd quarter. Greenheads with the comeback attempt here, down 6 now, make it 8 right now. It is 32-24, I believe, should be. As a go for 1. Yep, 32-24 should be the score. Here's a snap back to McClain. Flag thrown before he gets the pass off. Looks into the end zone, throws it up, and it is caught deep in the end zone by C.J. Brown, leaping up to make the catch, but a flag thrown on the play.
All for naught, I believe. I think it's going to be a hold in the backfield.
Offense number 9, 10 yards from the previous spot. We'll replay point after.
And just about every time quarterback scrambles, makes a play like that, and there's a flag in the backfield, 99 times out of 100, that's going to be a hold. So unfortunate for Monroe there. It's a beautiful ball. It's unfortunate that it doesn't count. Still one that might be fun to watch in the film room for the Greenheads. That's a beautiful ball, the perfect amount of touch to hit that in the back spot of the end zone. As also we're going to see Mark Britt II currently on the trainer's table for Monroe. We'll see if that has any effect later, as now the officials talking it over. As the penalty does push him back 10 for still a 1-point conversion.
Whitehead comes over and visits with the Greenheads offensive unit. So they'll go for the extra point here from the 15. McClain, vertical motion. McClain dropping back, being pressured again, gets away. He's going to throw it into the end zone. It is caught, and a flag. He went over the line of scrimmage, so that's not going to count.
But before we get to that call, great blocking from Denarius Anton right there. 2 guys coming after him, is able to make enough space for McClain to get the ball even off. So it's a great job on the offensive line, him blocking there. All for naught, unfortunately, as I believe he crossed the line. And here it is here. Yep, that line of scrimmage was right at the 15, so just a step over. You'll see it again here. Never mind. So once we got official still talking it over here. Yeah, momentum completely flipped. Great adjustment so far from Monroe out of the locker room. Offense has been clicking. Still enough time for the Lunkers to be able to have some type of response here before things get really problematic.
Well, again, high-powered middle 2 quarters for Monroe at their place 2 weeks ago. We've talked about that a few times. They outscored the Lunkers 45-6. Well, little taste of that here starting the second half.
We had a run lane violation, quarterback on the offense. 10 yards previous spot, retry point after.
So now they'll try it from midfield right on the Lunker.
A logo attempt here for the conversion. This would be a Caitlin Clark attempt from Monroe, talking about her logo shots. If we compare it to basketball, but nothing would surprise me with McLean. He's got the howitzer, left-handed howitzer. And boy, he's been able to really scramble when needed. He's going to be tired after this game. Drops back, rolls to his left, trying to go right. Eluding tackles. Look at Travis chasing him. Here's a throw off his wrong foot, and he overthrows his intended receiver. In the corner, incomplete. That pass intended for Frederick Lloyd, but Lloyd was going the wrong way, and the pass was behind him. But the 6-point counts. 32-24 now. Lunkers by 8. They've only had 1 possession in this second half. Not able to do anything with it. They'll get their second here. The throw off for the Greenheads. We have 8:23 to play in the third quarter. This game is crawling at snail's pace tonight. A lot of whistles. We heard and talked about the penalties by these two teams. You got one of the best teams as far as penalties going against one of the middle of the league teams. The Lunkers, 4th in the league in penalties called against them, while the Greenheads were near the top, or one of the best teams. Cleanest teams, I should say, but not tonight.
Not tonight, no, not been on it, and could have something to do with the week break, possibly. Now just maybe getting out of the swing of things, enjoying the holiday, could be a lot of things. But quickly, as a quick score update from the other game going on right now, Eau Claire Axemen score out of the break. It's 24-22. So it's undefeated versus
team that hasn't
won. I was going to lost the term there. Oh, for the second time tonight, it's hit the ceiling.
This time the Greenheads throw it off and hit the ceiling here. So the Lunkers will get it at midfield, and that gives them a little momentum here. Bring out the offensive unit. They'll get it at the 25 or midfield. 1st and 10. Out comes the quarterback, Terry Jones.
You got a lot of space on the field to work with. Outside of the 2 receivers in tight here.
Backfield is Allie Scott behind the quarterback. The give is to Scott up the middle. No running room there. He is bottled up right at the line of scrimmage. Stopped on the play by Joe Piran. Piran's not a big guy, but he plays big. 6 foot, about 190 pounds. Played his football at Louisiana Christian. College football, that is. He's from Monroe. Snap back to Jones. He goes short, right side. Ball caught by Emory Bryant Jr. on the right side. And he's able to cut away from a defender and come up very close to the 10-down marker.
Good job cutting back up. Normally when you start running backwards, coaches get scared, but that time able to just get past the defender and then fight forward to make a good gain out of this.
3rd and short for the Lunkers. Jones going to try and do it himself. He dives forward, and he's going to come up just about a half-yard shy and bring up 4th down now. He was trying to dance, went left, went back right, went up the middle, picked up a yard.
Monroe's defensive line, great job getting pressure there. It was instantly, Jones had to start scrambling. Huge 4th down here.
Again, Scott in the backfield with Jones, the quarterback. Jones will roll to his right. He's going to jump up and throw it. Caught. This is Scott in for the score. Allie Scott with the touchdown reception. Pass by the quarterback Jones, and the Lunkers do in fact get on the board here in the third quarter.
Allie Scott gets his second of the game, and Monroe there sends 4. But the problem with doing that, you leave the middle of the field open. Back foot throws it middle of the field where that linebacker who blitz normally sits, and able to just ride with the blockade there all the way into the end zone from Austin Potter.
Go for one here. Lunkers, vertical motion. Kit Denton are going to throw a sidearm pass right side intended for Emory Bryant Jr. Incomplete. You know, I don't know if the extra point percentages would even be good in Major League Baseball. You know, they're just not really good so far in what we've seen here at the tackle box anyway. I don't know if it's that way league-wide, but just not a lot of teams completing the extra points, 1-point conversion or 2-point conversion.
It's a lot different when this offers so much space and how fast-paced it is, but then you put them in that five-yard scenario. There's not a lot of room to work with, so a lot harder to get those extra points here in this league. Honestly, I would reckon with the way it's been going, you're better off going for 2 points every time than you are for 1. You get more space with the field to work with, and then also I believe the quarterback would be able to run it, but don't quote me on that one yet. That one is assuming on the one, because I know if you're inside the 10 and do a 1 point, the quarterback can't run it up on an extra point conversion. And you saw that earlier, and that was to end the half, where McLean did a little jump stop and tried to throw it right as he got to the line because he wasn't able to run it up.
Hughes again with the throw off for the Lunkers. Dropping back deep for the Greenheads. Can't tell.
Number 5 taking it for Monroe.
Bobbles it at the goal line, picks it up, tries to dance his way out, and is down at the 7 or 8 yard line. So Eric McIntosh, senior, with the return there.
Able to get past 1 and able to get a couple yards out of it. Almost scary situation here for Monroe. You had some momentum. The Lunkers came back and just hit him with a counter left here. That's not what you want there.
6:13 to play in this third quarter. 38-24. Lunkers on top of the Greenheads. Timmy McLean, he drops the ball, picks it up, throws it to his left, and just does get rid of it. Looked like desperation pass. Could have been a lateral, but it was efficient and got about 3 yards on the play.
That's about as broken of a play as you can get and still make it out of something. As number 12, Ty Marsh, was looking from that play with some malicious intent, looking to take McLean's head off with that one, looking for a big hit, just able to avoid it. A little point after the play. A little bit of banter back and forth.
McLean dropping back's going to go deep downfield, and it's well overthrown. Again, intended for Ed Smith Jr. On the coverage for the Lunkers, Michael Witherspoon, defensive back from Lawrenceville, Georgia. Played his college football at both Hutchinson Community College in Kansas and East Carolina. Good coverage there. Third down. Call it 3rd and 7 for Monroe. McLean with the vertical motion again. Looking downfield. Oh, wide open here. And the ball's caught and dropped on the play by Quad Smith. Quad Smith with a great fake at about the 20-yard line. Faked in, or faked out, then went in, and he got past the defender, Lacavius Daniel, and the ball was there. Bobbled it.
It's $1 million move and a $2 finish right there. Just couldn't hold on to the ball. Forgot the most important part. Just couldn't hold on to it. It's a great move. But unfortunately, there's nowhere else that ball you want it to go. That's in the chest. Has to hold on to that one, but break for the Lunkers is now they surrender.
Yep.
Lunkers get the ball back at the 15.
Talk about a surrender too on fourth down when a team is deep in their own territory. They don't want to go for it and give the ball up. There, where the football is, they can surrender. The opposing team takes over at their own 15-yard line, and that's what the Greenheads did on fourth down. They surrendered. Kit Denton in motion, left side. Here's a pass, middle of the field, caught. Kit Denton at the 20-yard line of Monroe. He was the one in motion, able to make the catch in the middle of the field.
And that set up a bit of an option route there for Kit Denton. Is out of the motion, had a choice, had his foot on the inside shoulder, took a quick out. Great route running there from Kit Denton on the option.
He went to San Diego State. Here's a give to Scott. Scott getting outside, got some running room, bowls over one defender, and will pick up about 8 yards on that carry to the right side. Allie Scott, the running back there, 5'10", 220 pounds. He's from Powder Spring, Georgia. Played at Ole Miss, Bethune-Cookman, and Grandview, and a player down for Monroe.
Looked like more of an equipment issue, if anything, with number 5, Eric McIntosh Sr. This is a good angle there from our camera operators here in the tackle box. Got a good look on it, but it looked like more of a equipment issues. Now he's walking off.
McIntosh.
I think he'll probably have to sit off for the play.
Yep, trainer came out. Since he came out, they'll have to walk off together here.
Probably sub him off after the next chance that they get. But in this type of league, with how fast the plays go, really hard to, you can't really get subs on and off, especially with the sidelines being where they are. It's not like you can just run on from wherever you're at. I mean, for Monroe, they got to go across the field to get to their offense, or their defense, excuse me.
Terry Jones, number 8, quarterback for the Lunkers, sends a man. In motion, whistle, and we've got flag thrown and movement against the Lunkers on the play.
Off start, offense, number 20. 5-yard penalty, previous spot. Remains second down.
Offside caught on the center. Jake Swerple there, the center, was the one who gets called for it. So pushing back a couple, still second down.
Second, we'll call it 7 for Ozarks. Snap back, they fake the handoff. Jones going to take it himself. Did he cross the line? He dove forward. I think he's got the first down. He must have crossed the line at the right place because no flags, and he dives across the 10-yard line.
And I was saying it earlier on this read option, DB's going, he's got to hold that ball and tuck it. You're going to get some yards out of it. And there it is right there. DB goes, it was man coverage, finds a hole, gets 8 yards out of it. Great play. Now bunch way in tight.
Got Joe Piron jumping inside, but he felt like he was drawn across. We'll see what the official says here.
Encroachment, defense number 4. It's a 5-yard penalty. Remains first down.
Yep, a little too quick on the jump that time by Piron.
And the Lunkers looking at a first down here, down almost inside the 1 from our angle.
About a shoe distance between the down marker and the goal line, so not a lot of space to get that first down, but they can get one.
That could even be generous too.
Loop motion, here's a pass into the end zone. Little loop motion by Emery Bryant, and he was the intended receiver in the end zone. He was going from the left side to the right on a little loop, cut in, and then goes back to the left side in the end zone, and the pass just overthrown.
Just couldn't get it there. It was great route running there, wide open over the middle, just a little too much, airmailed it. Second down.
Bryant Jr. ready to go in forward motion here. He does, takes off. Jones rolls to his right, throws it up in the air, jump ball. Oh, caught and dropped. Caught and dropped by the Lunkers near the wall in the deep end zone. Potter was in there. Incomplete pass. Boy, they had it momentarily, but could not come down with it.
And that one wasn't even from defensive play coverage at all. Potter dropped him from the looks of it from our angle, but here it is. Jumps up, hands everywhere. able to answer, but I think it was him falling into the wall that might have knocked that one ajar.
Snap back to Jones. Jones goes left side. Screen set up over there. Diving forward and in is Ali Scott. Scott with another touchdown for the Lunkers. They set up the screen on the left side. He fouled his blockers and bowled his way into the end zone.
Interesting play design. Faked the pitch. Looked like he was going to throw it and then swings it back out for the screen. But able to find it for his third of the night. Ali Scott finding the red turf 3 times. Adds on some more points for the Lunkers. Now it's 44-24. Back to a 20-point game where we were at the start of the half.
1:15 to play here in the third quarter. The Lunkers going to go for 2 as you had recommended. A little more space here for the Lunkers to deal with. Scott in the backfield. Jones rolls to the right. He's going to throw it up in the air in the corner, and it's incomplete. Incomplete pass. Just a jump ball there for Emory Bryant Jr., but the Lunkers with another touchdown. They lead this one 44-24.
Would have made me look real smart if they converted that one. Almost, man. I got excited for a minute.
And we'll have a throw off coming up here. Next week, by the way, the Greenheads will take on Arkansas. That'll be in Monroe at the Civic Center, while the Lunkers take on Memphis. I believe that's correct, or is it vice versa? No, Memphis is at Monroe and Arkansas is at Ozarks, so I had that backwards.
For that game, the Lunkers versus the Diamonds here in the tackle box. Me and you back on the call again. That one going to be on Saturday, July 18th. As all games are going to be on that day. All of them are going to kick off at 7:05 p.m. And you can find all the games on YouTube, but also going to the Arena League Fan Club website. You can also access all of the games and stats and more from there as well.
And that'll be the final regular season home game for the Lunkers. And Monroe, of course, hosting Memphis. And their last game of the regular season is going to be at Arkansas, so that'll be their last home game as well. Oh, the throw off nearly hit the ceiling, but it's picked up in the end zone by the Greenheads. They bring it out across the 10 to about the 12-yard line, and that's where Monroe will have this one under a minute to play in the third quarter. A 20-point lead for Ozarks. Remember last week, 63-45, 2 weeks ago. 63-45 the final score. Keep forgetting that was a week off last week for the holiday. But Monroe won the game 63-45.
And Lunkers playing a lot better here in the tackle box than they have on the road. Defense playing a lot better too.
McLean takes a snap. Looks downfield. Oh, he's going to throw a quick one. He's got a man open and caught, but dragged down at about the 5-yard line. Quick hitter there to John Brown Jr. Nope, that is actually C.J. Brown. One of the Browns with the catch.
Brown and Brown Jr. It's almost there. 12 and 15. They're close enough numbers to get mixed up there, but great job sticking with it there and making the tackle to save that one is Monroe. Quick hitter. And you got 10 seconds left from the clock that's above us. You got a good chance to get a play off before the quarter ends.
Snap back. Here's the give. Up the middle. Diving forward and down at about the 1. Running back Anton trying to score for the Greenheads. Clock about to expire here. And they're going to blow the whistle. And they're going to say that's the end of the third quarter. So they didn't get the play off. 44-24 after 3 quarters. We've got one more to go here from Wilson Logistics Arena. We will take a break. Fourth quarter coming up. This is the Arena League on YouTube. We're back at Wilson Logistics Arena, Springfield, Missouri. This is at the fairgrounds in Springfield as Monroe is trying to knock one in here from about the 1-yard line. McLean's going to spin, give it to his running back up the middle, pulls forward, and they get in for the score. Touchdown for Anton. Denarius Anton from 1 yard out to start this fourth quarter. Don't see many quarterbacks bending under center and taking a snap, but they did there.
We got a player down on the field for Monroe. That's when you get that dog pile like that where injuries can happen, normally leg injuries, so hopefully he's going to be okay. Could be just cramping though, and it looks like number 15, John Brown Jr., but looks to be all right.
So the score makes it 44-30, and they're going to go for 2 here. Just starting this fourth quarter, talking about the Greenheads. Coached by Terry Bowden. Last week they brought in 5 new players. 2 weeks ago, again, keep doing that. 2 weeks ago when they played last, they brought in 5 new players. This week, 3 new players. So trying to find the right combination. And again, health has a lot to do with it as well. McLean, his team set. They're going to go for 1. It's back at the 5. They moved it from the 10 to the 5. McLean's going to throw it up in the air in the end zone high. And now we're going to have a late flag thrown as the quarterback goes down near midfield. And that looks like it'll probably be against the Lunkers' Craig Travis. Could have been. The coach ran into kind of break that tackle up too. He didn't like what he saw on Travis. Continues to yap at the official and the player. So the officials will huddle up and talk about this, but
I mean, you're always going to go to protect your quarterback there. Just a little overthrown, but this is, again, I think it sound like a broken record here saying this every week. Extra points, if you're hitting them, this game looks a whole lot different for Monroe. As it's only a one-score game if they convert on their opportunities that they've missed.
White Hat will let us know what took place there after the flag was thrown. Quarterback went down.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense. Half the distance to the goal. Replay point after.
They're going to replay it, so they'll get it from about the 2.5. And here is the hit after. You know, I mean, iffy, if I'm going to be honest on that one. I mean, I understand the call. I think it's the right call at the end of the day, but it's a close one. It's definitely a close one. You already, not a lot Craig Travis can do to get out of the way on that one. I mean, he's already lunging forward, ready to go. It only needs one more step. So
we didn't see what happened on the ground either.
Yeah,
I mean,
that probably is more of the reason of the call on that one. But that would make me think they do unsportsmanlike or unnecessary roughness over roughing the passer.
Here's bunched up offense again on the extra point. They're going to pass outside. The ball tipped out of the hands of the intended receiver on the little fake handoff, and then the rollout to the right. Pass intended for Frederick Lloyd, and jumping in there to defend on that, I believe was Daniel. No, it was that Trey James?
No, it was Michael Witherspoon.
Witherspoon, yeah.
It's a great play, lunging out for it.
Just got it on his fingertips to deny the extra point. Good defense there. So again, 44-30. Lunkers on top.
All that transpiring and just not even a minute of play in here. At the tackle box, still a great crowd here for this fourth quarter. Up 14 are the Lunkers. Chance to get the ball back, and it's definitely not, obviously not chew clock snare, but you can definitely take your time with it. The playbook's open right now. Just got to make sure you keep the sticks moving.
So Herod will throw it away for the Greenheads. Downfield and deep for the Lunkers is Bryant Jr. lining up at his own 5-yard line. Here's the throw. It's going to hit at the 5, high bounce, and it goes out of bounds. Nobody touched it. Bounces out of play.
And that type of throw was something that we saw a lot last season. Not so much this season. Most teams have elected to go for the high pop fly into the corner and try and limit where the runner goes. But last season, saw a lot of those low, quick throws to try and get a bounce to go their way. And about half the time as that was the result. It's probably the reason why you don't see that as much compared to last season here in the Arena League. But a good try, but now again on the 5, so still puts him at good field position if you're on the defensive unit for the Greenheads.
Jones has his offensive unit set for the Lunkers, wearing their red uniforms, drops back, throws it quick. Left side, ball caught and jammed into the wall over there is Kit Denton. Kit Denton from Houston, Texas, played at San Diego State. What makes him kind of an unusual athlete, a 46-inch vertical jump, Ryan, 46-inch. That's 3 inches taller than mine.
And then your vertical jump?
Yeah.
I was about to say, I'm going to need to get a recording of a 43-inch vertical from you, Tom.
Third down. Motion to the left. Jones going to throw one up in the air, almost picked off. Tries to loft that ball with touch, and it was nearly picked off on the play by McIntosh.
And Jones, normally with good touch on the ball, that's one not easy to do. Cross body jumping in the air, that is not an easy ball, but almost. I mean, every quarterback coach is going to tell you don't throw the ball back over middle field. Little different rules in this league, you kind of have to, but.
4th down.
Another
Ozarks
surrender
selected
here
surrender.
for the Lunkers. A
15-yard
very
line.
quick
First down,
3 and
Monroe.
out. And they surrender, so again, Monroe with some momentum here, plenty of time on the clock. They're down 14 right now. Of course, that's 3 touchdowns the way they've been, scoring extra points or lack thereof this season. They would have to score 3 touchdowns, but plenty of time to do that if they can get the ball back.
Again, no pressure yet, so I know you're still down 14, but got a lot of time left to work with. 12:56 left to go.
Snap to McLean. He's going to go short on the right side. It is caught near the down marker over there. Boy, very tough to handle with that quick hitter on the outside. That is Quad Smith with the catch. He's the one that dropped a wide open pass downfield, but he makes the catch there.
I like going straight to him right after that. Just get him back into this swing of things. It's a hard one to drop, but don't worry about it. That's behind you. Keep on going on to the next play. Like getting him involved after that.
Football at midfield. The give is to the running back. Bounces outside on his feet and is going to be down inside the 5. That is Anton breaking loose and getting a big 1st and goal here for the Greenheads. They've showed a pretty good and effective running attack against the Lunkers in this game, and they're Greenheads really mixing it up tonight.
Yes, they're especially coming out of the half. They're definitely mixing up their play calls, more run, and Anton has a couple of really big runs, has a chance to find the end zone again. Handoff.
Still on his feet. Finally dragged down near the 1-yard line.
Helmet flies off, but now you got to be careful, especially when you're that type of scrum like that. Someone's going to be coming to punch the ball out. Got to be careful. Hold on to that ball tight. Helmet comes off, so now Anton's actually going to probably come off from the looks of it. Number 4,
Piron.
Joe Piron's going to be checking in for him. He'll probably come right back on in this short scenario.
Sits down for at least one play here. Piron in the backfield with the quarterback, McLean. They put him on the left side, and they put him in front of the quarterback, so this will be interesting. Snap back to McLean, rolls to his left, looking in the end zone. He's going to fire a bullet. It is caught and dropped in and out of the fingertips there of C.J. Brown.
Flag on the field and the man down for Monroe. Signal for it, just didn't see him on that one, then just couldn't hold on to it. That pass, I mean, again, with how strong of an arm he has, really hard to hold on to those balls that close.
That is the center, Jeremiah Zine, one of the new players down for Monroe. You wonder if they've got another center. He is bending over on the turf right now. Looks like possibly Kerry Starks will come out. He may be the new center here. That's always dangerous when you get used to a guy. You haven't hiked it the entire game, and Zine's going to have to come out here.
And then that actually was a similar situation from a first game we called here in the tackle box. Center changed out for the Lunkers. Ooh. Then you had a lot of high snaps, issues handling the ball, and eventually that was something that definitely hindered the Lunkers' performance for the rest of the game. So that's something, again, we've seen it here in this arena. So you got to wonder. There was a flag, Whitecap coming to.
We did have a hold, offense number 34, 10-yard penalty, second down.
10-yard penalty on that hold.
It was on 34, who's also taking a walk back, and number 98. So who you thought the center was going to be is now. So who is going to be taking snaps as there is.
Well, he'll sit out a play. It looks like he jogs over to the bench. I could see Zine coming back in.
Could be Anton taking the snap now. Or if they got another defensive end who might be taking the snap. Could see number 9, Frederick Lloyd, as well. No, it's going to be Anton because equipment issue for one, and then an injury on the other. So they're both taking a break on this play. So not a lot of size on that offensive line.
Slow snap. Yep. McLean picks it up, being rushed. He's going to take off downfield. He's got some room. Oh, what a move! Outside and in for the score. What a move by McLean to get past the line of scrimmage and then in for the score.
And with almost the whole deck stacked against him with the way that play was set up, running for his life, able to cut it up inside and find the red turf, put 6 on the board. What a play, Timmy McLean, and that's why you have it on his team. That is a difference maker play right there to get him back into this one, going for
dual
one.
Purpose. Another low snap. McLean dropping back again. He's going to try and run for his life. He throws it into the end zone. It is caught, intercepted by the Lunkers, but dragged down immediately on the play. McLean, boy, he's running for his life. Craig Travis that time, really putting some pressure on him. Brock Carter was the one who missed the tackle on McLean with that touchdown. Could have had him about the 5, but McLean able to high step past him. Boy, he is putting on a show in this one. 44-36, the score now. Lunkers lead it. Still 9:45 to play.
A lot of time left here in this one as we still have a player down out on the field for Monroe. That's number 12, C.J. Brown.
Boy, they've really lost a lot of players, or at least a lot of players have been slowed up by injury. This has been a very physical game.
And it looks like also number 98, Jeremiah Zine II, looks to be working something with his foot as he's got one of his legs propped up, which is not something you want to see for your center, having a leg or foot injury. So, and again, especially with that type of play, watch your bodies getting in a dog pile, someone's leg gets twisted up. That's bound to happen in that scenario eventually, and it just didn't go the way of Monroe. It's just part of the game, unfortunately. They're going to have to make do without some players, possibly come later. The game, we'll see how the Lunkers offensive drive goes before we start talking about that.
Herod's going to try and throw it wide again. It is touched by Emory Bryant Jr. Picks it up. Now he brings it out, trying to read his blockers. Goes the other way, down the field, midfield, cuts back, and is tripped up from behind. Good return as he eludes a couple defenders there and brings it into Monroe territory here.
And that's some type of special teams play that's going to help you win games right there. Great return. Went all the way forward, caught it, and within his own end zone, took it past midfield to the 19-yard line, opposite side of the field in Monroe territory. What a play from Emory Bryant to set up the Lunkers for in good position here with 9:30 left.
Vertical motion here by Kit Denton. Jones rolling to his right, looking, fires a bullet. It is caught by Potter. I believe his first catch of the game. A defender flies over the wall and into one of the suites. That is McIntosh. He appears to be okay, landing on that concrete over there. But nice catch by Potter. I believe his first catch of the game.
And McIntosh went into the boxes, went out, jumped the barricade, and out back onto the field. A loud bash, luckily just being his cleats hitting the concrete.
First and goal. Motion by the Lunkers. Here's a high pass, and it's overthrown. He just threw that away. Pass intended for Ali Scott. Throws it away. Herod was defending on the play.
That's the second time tonight, too. Tyree Hollins unblocked, four-man blitz, gets pressure, and then Jones has to just throw it away. It's great pressure here, and we'll see if they send four again.
In tight again offensively. Here's a snap. They give it to the running back up the middle, spinning, diving, and at the goal line in for the score. Scott bowls his way in for the Lunkers, following his blockers, spinning and eluding defenders, throws the football into the stands, and the Lunkers get on the board again.
His line meets him there at the goal line and just shoves him in there for the score. Great job for number 20, Jake Schwerpel, or Schwerpe, excuse me. Shoves him in there at the 1 yard line. Great job. That's what you have your center for in those run plays. It just gets you across the sticks into the red turf. Great play there.
50-36 now, Lunkers. Jones, all kinds of time here on this extra point. It's going to throw the other way, and it's incomplete. Into the stands, that pass goes. Pass intended for Trey James. Tough one for Jones as he was rolling to his left and had to throw it to his right with some touch. But we do have something on it. I don't see a flag down.
No, either, but the Whitecap seems
Pass
to...
interference on the offense. That penalty is declined. The point after is no good.
So maybe the flag's just in a spot we couldn't see. Again, these boards up here, maybe it's a flag somewhere that we couldn't see. But anyways, offensive pass interference, 50-36, 8:03 left to play. Still plenty of time. And as we've grown accustomed, me and you, Tom, but to some at home may not know, but just from this game, a lot can happen in the time we got. So make sure you guys stay tuned in for the finish in this one with 8 minutes left to go. Here in this one, as we look over to the other game, Nebraska now starting to run away with it, 44-28. They lead in Eau Claire. Nebraska, 8:25 left to play, and that one looking to stay undefeated as the clear number one team here in the Arena League.
Yeah, last night, the Iowa Woo knocked off the St. Joe Goats 61-39. That was a Friday night game. And the Arkansas Diamonds beat the Memphis Hound Dogs 30-6. So 2 games played last night, 2 games tonight in the Arena League. The standings, if Nebraska hangs on, they would be 6-0. St. Joe falls to 4-2. Iowa 2-4, and Eau Claire 0-5, could be 0-6. Here's a throw off for the Lunkers. Ball caught by Quad Smith at the goal line, trying to get outside to the right, and pulled into the wall over there by the Lunkers' Ty Marsh. Marsh's name has been mentioned quite a bit. He's played a solid game defensively.
He's been everywhere over on the field, making good tackles when he's needed to. Been great job on the defensive front for this Lunkers team, which really has a test in front of them. 14-point lead. Got to hold it here. And we are going to see the center, Jeremiah Zine II, come back out. So he's good, the center back. So McLean has a familiar face under center.
Timmy McLean. Vertical motion on the left side. McLean looking deep. He's going to throw deep. He's got a man out there. It is caught. Caught again.
They're definitely going to look at this one.
Ed Smith Jr. What a pass by McLean.
And here it is. Great angle of it here. Slides into it. Yeah, that's a catch. I don't see any reason why that would probably slid out. I think that stands. What a catch. What a throw. Great play. And again, another counter left from Monroe. Staying into it here. Quick hitters. The deep ball's definitely been there. But one thing also, the pressure from the Lunkers has not been there as much as it was in the first half, which is allowing Monroe to get these plays off.
50-42, going for the extra point. McLean rolls to his left. There's Travis on him again. The ball is incomplete. Travis, man, oh man, has he been on McLean in that defensive backfield.
Now you have two Lunkers down right now, as it looks to be to Juan Hughes and Lacavius Daniel, who are huge pieces of this Lunkers secondary. As Hughes is back up on his feet, he got right back up. Daniel, on the other hand, still down in the end zone, getting worked on. Now only an 8-point game, 50-42.
This has all the makings of the last team to have the football wins the game. I mean, that's
what it's looking like right now. But we're coming into this, we were thinking it's going to be a high score, two teams who love to throw the ball, some of the best passing offenses in the league against two of the lesser secondaries, and that's looking what it's about to be. It looked like more defensive contest, but it hit the 2-minute warning of the first half, and the game just blew wide open on the scoring front. It's 50-42. It's looking to be a good finish at the tackle box.
Up the top of your screen there, you can see the gentleman with the green shirt on. Right behind him is Terry Bowden with the black shirt on. You see a good camera work there. Terry Bowden right by the door. He's a shorter guy. Head coach of the Greenheads and college national champ at Auburn. Throw off the opposite way. Caught by Emory Bryant Jr. Jumps over one of his teammates and gets it to about the 20-yard line. So pretty good field position again for the Lunkers on the return. Return game has been really good for Bryant Jr. tonight.
Definitely a piece that is very valuable as a player, and something that may not ever be seen on the stat sheet unless you take it back in for 6, but definitely helps out an offense get better field position, more space to run some of these motions that you're accustomed to in the Arena League, but also that the Lunkers do like to run and have been successful for the good chunk of this game.
Jones takes a snap, spins, gives it to his running back, who is met in the backfield and dropped for a loss.
I think that was just a missed assignment there, an easy one to make there on the defensive front by number 4, Joe Perrin.
Allie Scott. Perrin, kind of a defensive end in the 7-on-7 game. What is a defensive end? Well, there's only 3 down linemen and a linebacker.
But he's made those great contained plays on the few runs that there have been, and it has been done a good job of getting pressure on Jones.
Jones dropping back, throws it short. Oh, Potter was wide open and had some running room. Probably enough for a first down, but that pass a little wide.
Forced it there, just more of a push, less of a throw there on that one. Not a lot of space to put that, but just has to be a little bit more controlled on the run. Not easy to do. I'm saying it like it's an easy thing. I'm in a polo and dress pants on a railing in an arena, so I'm not saying I can, but definitely a throw that he's got to be able to make on that one, as that can cut up field for an easy first.
Key play here, 3rd and 12. Got to get first down. Don't want to surrender again. Jones rolling. He's going to take it up the middle. Was he inside the hash marks? He dives forward. And he is very close to that first down marker. It'll bring up 4th down, so they don't have to surrender now. They get it across midfield.
No, and I don't think you should here.
But a yard shy of the first down marker. So that was a big play, a huge play for the Lunkers to keep the drive alive and not surrender Now this on 4th down, 4th and 1 is huge for the Lunkers, and they're going to call time. No running back in the backfield, spread out offense.
Timeout.
Probably not what you want
Ozarks.
on 4th and 1.
That's their first of the
Can
half.
the play. Coach is trying to get a audible called, 7 seconds on the play clock. That's a quick timeout. They're only their first one of the half, I believe. So I think 2 left for the Lunkers here in this one. Huge 4th down coming up. Only 8-point game in favor of the Lunkers.
I mentioned the North teams and their standings. The South teams, Arkansas 5-1. Memphis is 3-2 heading into tonight's action. Monroe is 2-3. And Memphis actually 3-3 now in the season after their loss. Monroe 2-3 heading into tonight. Ozarks 1-4 heading into tonight. If Ozarks hangs on and wins, these two teams would be tied with the teams playing next week at home as well. Both teams playing at home. 4th and 1 for the Lunkers. Jones with his team at the line of scrimmage. Trying to draw him off sides here. Takes a snap. He's going to go up the middle. Bowls his way forward. Did he get enough? I don't think he did. Do you?
I think he did. Yeah, ref spots him ahead. I think he gets it.
They say forward progress. They're going to mark forward progress very close to the sticks.
Say, it looked like the line judge was a good yard ahead.
Yep,
they're going to give it to him.
Boy, that was huge.
It ain't pretty, but it gets the job done right there. Yeah, well ahead there. Oh, wait, never mind. I looked at the wrong line judge. Oops.
It's close. So 1st and down, 1st and 10, I should say, for the Lunkers here. Motion. Jones rolls to his right, throws it downfield, and it's incomplete. Pass intended for Trey James, who was defended on the play by DeCarian Jackson. 2nd and 10 for the Lunkers. 4.5 minutes to play, an 8-point game.
I was going to say, this is chewing a lot of time off the clock, which the Arena League can be a little bit more important with how much scoring there is. You'd have to do a lot more than this, but definitely going to be something that's going to come up later. Just got a feeling on that one.
Twins on the left side, motion coming in. Here's a pass that is caught by Kit Denton going back the other way. Makes the catch for a gain of about 4. Again, one of those touch passes by Jones to Kit Denton. Denton falls down and
cramping, I believe.
Right by the head coach. So the trainer comes out to stop the clock. 3:30. What is it? 3 and change. 3:37.
Trainer comes out to check on him. Probably just cramping. We'll see who comes on in replacement for Kit Denton, as he's been one of the biggest contributors on this offensive front for the Lunkers in this offense.
So next week, the Lunkers will deal with quarterbacking of Jordan Ambrose. And Monroe will have Memphis and Sky Forrest, the big man. He is tough to stop. Quarterback that runs the football very well. What, 260 pounds, I believe, Forrest. That's the assignments next week. 3.5 minutes to play. 8-point lead for the Lunkers. They have the football. 3rd and 6. Motion going left. Here's a quick hitter on the left. Intercepted. Intercepted, and was he down? They say he was down. That is DeCarian Jackson with a head-first dive interception, but into the wall, and the official blew it dead.
And this is huge here. So we're going to take another look at this. It's a great pick, jumps for it, great dive. Won't get the greatest angle of the wall here. This is going to be a little bit better. Dives for it, slams into the wall. Now that far into the wall, the question is, does contact have to be made, or if he's out there? I believe for that type of contact onto the wall,
Jackson, how many
down.
interceptions does he have in the game? At least 2 on extra points, and then this one was huge to give the ball back to Monroe, down 8, and just over 3 minutes to play. Coaches and the officials all huddle up to talk about this. So the interception into the wall. Now, question is, was he touched while he went into the wall there?
Touch, but then another question, you can't see from this angle, but how much possession did he really have coming back down onto the ground? And did
we
he
have a
a
coach's
secure
challenge.
hold of the ball?
That play is under review.
Yeah, you'll never will, but something that maybe if the line judge gets a look at it, you might have to talk about.
Well, it'd be the replay judge, because they called it an interception.
Interception, I'm saying more on this, or how much he held onto the ball, and see if he was truly the ruling of where he is out of bounds. Because like if he's bobbling it and then he's off the wall, then holds on to it, does
But we
he
won't
inbounds?
see that with this camera
Just-
angle. The way the camera angle is, you'll never see, because the way the camera angle is here, looking at it from his backside, I don't think you'll ever see
They
that.
switch it to 4th down on the sticks.
Terry Bowden is not happy with the call here. Let's hear the white hat.
After review, we had an incomplete pass.
Incomplete pass. So again, maybe not something on the replay, but maybe the line judge had something to say about the calling there, right? Because he was right there in the mix of it all, but that's going to get called incomplete, and that is a huge break for the Lunkers.
Ruling on the field is incomplete pass. Review is inconclusive. We have 4th down.
So 4th down. And again, we weren't involved in a conversation there, but with the coaches in tow, some of the players as well, they decided it was incomplete. 4th down here, 4th and about 6. Forward motion for the Lunkers. Kit Denton, they're going to go left side. It is caught and in for the score. Potter with his first touchdown of the game. Coming out of the backfield, he scores just what the doctor ordered, but a flag on the play right around holding area.
Holding, offense number 20.
Yeah, I was going to say,
10-yard penalty. 4th down.
I think we just missed that, but I think they said holding against the Lunkers. Crowd, everybody up in arms here, but the Whitehead said holding against the Lunkers, and it moves them back across midfield. 3:12 to play. This is such an important drive. Now they've got about 18 yards to get the first down, and it'll be 4th again.
I'm going to say a surrender here. Probably the smarter move.
And it is. That's what they're going to do.
I was going to say, if you're on the other half of the field, I'd say go for it. You push past the 25. I think surrender's the right decision there. You got 3:12, tons of time left. Defense got to come up with the stop. But one thing, again, I was saying it earlier, great in the first half, hasn't been there much in the second half, is defensive line not getting as much pressure as the first half, as McLean's been able to sit back and able to more read the field and go through his progressions a little bit more frequently than he was able to in the first half, and not have to improvise as much. Definitely helped out on some of these deep passes for Monroe that have been hitting. So we'll see here. Gonna need a big play, and it is good to see the full secondary back out after a couple injury mishaps in the end zone from the last drive.
Forward motion there. They're going to have jumped the line of scrimmage too early. Ed Smith Jr. That'll be against Monroe there.
Offense number 2. It's a 5-yard penalty. The previous spot remains 1st down.
Yep. Went into his forward motion and crossed the line way before the snap, so that drops him back 5 yards. So even if they do score, your best defense is that extra point, because nobody, we have 1 extra point in this game.
Only 1
for both teams.
I mean, how many times Monroe's gone for 2 now? I feel like if you even converted half of them, you'd be, you're taking the lead if you score 6 here. Now the same can be said, that it'd be almost a 2-score game if the Lunkers hit theirs, but that's just the point.
Snap back. McLean's going to run himself. He tries to deke the defender forward, and we'll get the 5 yards plus about 3 more. But the clock continues to tick on the running play, so you're down to around 2.5 minutes now.
Well, how shifty and agile McLean's been. Okay, and great job from number 10 to Juan Hughes to break down and secure that tackle, as it was in the middle of the open field. That's not an easy tackle to make.
They're going to go left. Ball is caught against the wall over there. I mean, he is such a good touch passer. Caught by Ed Smith Jr. on the left side. I mean, he put it in there. He had to put it in there perfectly, and
2-minute warning.
He did. It was a great ball.
2-minute warning, so we will take a break here. 50-42 our score. This is Arena League football on YouTube.
What if you could talk directly to your favorite Arena League player? Welcome to VIP Ballers, a social media platform where you can get direct access to your favorite player, DM them, get training for your young athlete, mentorship, personalized videos, and exclusive content. All you need to do is head to VIPballers.com, sign up, and follow your favorite TAL player.
The neighbors just stopped by. Can you throw these on the grill?
Garage beef? Huh. 5 more minutes.
All beef hot dogs. Filled with beer.
Honey, where are the gosh dang dogs?
5 more minutes.
Garage beef from Garage Beer.
What'd you do to these dogs?
Almost done.
Come on, man. Let's get it.
Monroe on the drive here, 2 minutes left in the game, trailing by 8, 50-42. Hey, don't forget about the onside conversion, which is an untimed play if a team is down. Here's a throw into the end zone for Monroe, overthrown by McLean, incomplete there. He saw his man wide open and overthrew him, and McLean upset with himself on that execution.
Ed Smith Jr. was not guarded at all, running free and just puts it right over his head. Unfortunate for Monroe, as that would have been the momentum shift they needed.
Don't forget about that onside conversion too, with the team trailing in the second half. And the clock does stop inside the 2-minute warning. Like normal football. McLean throws it up and throws it away, throws it into the stands this time. Again, nobody open, coverage incompletion there, but a flag on the play in the backfield, right around that holding area again.
And a team that's normally very disciplined and clean in terms of penalties.
Holding offense number 12. 10-yard penalty, previous spot. Repeat, second down.
As we've talked about, and it's not been the case for Monroe here, as penalties have really cost him on a plethora of drives this game.
Well, it drops them back. They're 20 yards away from the first down marker. We're under 2 minutes to play, and Greenheads trail by 8, which in this game, the way it's been going, that's 2 scores. Forward motion Oh, low snap. McLean picks it up, and he's going to be sacked. He loses a football. It is picked up by his teammate. Downfield, they throw it. It's incomplete. But was he across the line of scrimmage when he threw the football? It was picked up by C.J. Brown, who threw it downfield, and it was incomplete. No flag, so it'll bring up third down now.
A lot just happened. Fumble and a sack. Gets the ball, scrambles, just floats one down there. Unfortunately, not able to onto. It would have been a crazy play if Brown picks it up and then makes a big play downfield.
Huge play here. The Lunkers trying to get the fans into it to help out.
Got to get to the other 11 for Monroe to get a first.
And we have a play clock penalty against Monroe.
Offense.
A little stadium pulse action going on here.
Yeah.
A lot going on. The fans are getting into it. And again, another crucial penalty for Monroe, as now they practically got to go. Trying to do the math in my head here. Almost 25 yards.
Low snap again. McLean rolls to his right. He's going to throw it downfield, wide open man, and in for the score. McLean finds a man at the 5-yard line who scores. That is Frederick Lloyd with the touchdown. And just like that, it's a 2-point game.
And broken coverage. There's two white jerseys and not a red jersey anywhere in sight on that one. Not a good time for the broken coverage to come, and they're going to be going for 2.
Going for the tie here.
If anyone wants their chance to finally convert an extra point, here's your opportunity.
Big situation here, both offensively and defensively. McLean, low snap, picks it up, looks, rolls to his left, being chased. He throws it in the end zone, and it's caught for the tie. Low throw, but a score, 50-50, still 90 seconds to play in regulation. It's not over yet. But McLean connects on just the second extra point of the game, but a big time to come up with a 2-point conversion.
Again, just lost in coverage here, and that's just honestly just a lack of communication there. No one's communicating where anyone's at, and able just to find a spot. Quad Smith able to find a spot no one's at, get the throw there. It's a tie football game.
What did I say moments ago? The last team to
get the ball is going to win the football game.
50-50. Well, it comes down to this. We saw this a few weeks ago. We have a throw-off, and we had a couple of these situations. First off, you got to get the ball downfield. That's obviously key number 1, right?
Yep.
And the Lunkers, their special teams, their return has been pretty good. What is Herod going to do here? 90 seconds to play. It's a big play league. So we'll see what happens.
And your special teams can win you football games. Got to be careful here.
Throws a bullet, caught by Emory Bryant Jr. with the return, middle of the field. He gets outside, dives forward across the 20. And again, good field position for the Lunkers here with 1:24 to play in regulation. Remember, no field goals. So you got to score.
A field goal will be coming right at our heads. Either that or it's going straight into the video board that would not be happy with a ball getting straight into it.
Remember the last 2 minutes of the first half, how many touchdowns we had. So even if they do score, it's not over. Here's a bullet pass that's caught and dropped by Emory Bryant Jr. It's one of those sidearm passes by Jones at the knee of Bryant Jr. incomplete.
I mean, if you're slinging it like that, a throw even if it's to the knees in that spot, kind of leaning over, that's a great throw. Just really hard in transition with a man on your shoulder to hold on to that one, even for Emory Bryant Jr.
2nd and 10. Snap to Terry Jones. Dropping back, looking deep. Now he's going to run upfield. He got outside.
He did not get in.
Nope. There's going to be a penalty. He was definitely outside the hash marks there, so that's going to drop the Lunkers back 5 more yards, and it's going to bring up a huge 3rd down.
Run lane violation. Offense, number 8, 10-yard penalty. It remains 2nd down.
2nd down.
Would have benefited from a quick little Euro step right there to get back in, as it was close.
Boy, got to praise the play of Timmy McLean in this game. Lunkers defensively in the first half, outstanding, but McLean came through in the second half to bring them all the way back. They were down 20 in the second half, and he came all the way back to tie this up. Snap to Jones. Some pressure. He's going to throw it downfield, and it's intercepted. Intercepted by Herod. And Monroe gets the ball back with a minute to play. They're going to give the football to their star quarterback, Timmy McLean, with plenty of time left in this one.
5 touchdowns on the game. 6 would be almost the game. As one of the few times tonight, Terry Jones underthrows it at a very ill-advised time, as it's an easy one for James Hurd to come up and get inside the 10. Still got almost the whole length of the field to go. Well, the way this offense has been moving for the Greenheads here in this half, you got to think that that's not going to be much of an issue. But do want to call back to a play earlier in this area. Hold in the end zone was a safety. Then to being a crucial play within the final 2 minutes of the first half.
Snap back to McLean. In the goal line, steps up. He's going to throw right side. It is caught over there, and diving forward with possession of the ball is Frederick Lloyd. Lloyd bounced off the wall. Nobody touched him over there. Bounced off and dove forward for 6 yards. 2nd and 4.
And Monroe still has all 3 timeouts at their disposal.
Motion. McLean looking deep, rolls to his left, throws it, and it is caught near midfield. Caught by C.J. Brown. Methodically moving it ball down the field here. The Greenheads. Plenty of time on the clock.
32 seconds.
Stops within 2 minutes. You don't have to stop the clock here. It's already stopped with the ball out of bounds. Now they're going to call timeout. Didn't have to do that, I don't think.
No, I don't think you did. Inside 2, it's not going to go till the ball is snapped.
Terry Bowden was not happy with that call by his offensive coordinator.
Timeout. Monroe, first of the half.
Still got 2 left, so not the end of the world. Possibly could come back later, we will see. But 32 seconds left. As you said, Tom, methodically moving the ball.
And they've done that the entire game. The quick outs have been very, very good. The percentage on those passes being complete in this game, the quick out one way or the other by McLean, has been extremely good. High percentage.
It has, but I would like to point out that those Lunkers DBs are getting closer and closer to jumping on that one. First, we're in the first half, having to just make a tackle on the sidelines. The last couple, it's been a dive attempt to try and get onto the boards and get a tip. So the Lunkers are starting to react more, but again, it's another nod to the accuracy and the ball that Timmy McLean's been throwing, even with a good jump on, still in the perfect spot for the wide receiver to grab it.
McLean brings a towel out with him, throws it away. Motion forward. McLean looking, no pressure on him right now. He's got all day. He's going to throw it short. It is caught again and knocked out of bounds. Good yardage by Lloyd, and they are down inside the 15, up inside the 15-yard line. And we've got 20 seconds remaining in regulation. Another timeout call.
Timeout Monroe, second of the half.
Monroe takes their second of 3. And again, 20 seconds. Again, just going right, going left. The quick hitters on the outside have been wide open all game long, and nothing the Lunkers can do defensively to stop that.
And it was the last time we called the game in this room again in the tackle box against Memphis. Score tie. Oh, actually, down by 2, I believe. 13 seconds left. Throw off hits the ceiling, and in 13 seconds they come back and end up winning the game. So even this little amount of time, momentum can shift very drastically, very quickly off one play.
Nail-biting time for the Lunker fans here at the tackle box.
Would be trying to get back on the winning track. Losers of 4 straight. 1 in the home opener versus Eau Claire. But the Lunkers haven't been able to get back on their winning ways since that game all the way back in May.
So here we go. 20 seconds to play in regulation. 50-50 our score. McLean trying to bring his team back from 20 down in this second half. He has been outstanding in this game. Can you say candidate for League Player of the Week? See what happens here. 1st and 10. Forward motion for the Greenheads. They give it to the running back. This is Anton. Forward is tripped up. Good defense there by the Lunkers' Brock Carter. Gain of about 4,
Monroe,
maybe 5 on the
final
play,
timeout.
and we'll have another timeout. That took 5 seconds. Final timeout of the game for the Greenheads. It'll be 2nd down and 6. They can get a 1st down inside the 1.
Again, that probably takes out the running out of the equation now. With 15 left, going to be straight to the air now for these last few plays. 15 seconds left in this one.
Do you go man defense? You almost have to go man defense in
This
tight
tight,
like
yeah,
this.
especially with how the out routes have been going. I'd say go man. Problem is, though, you go man, especially with the way the lines shift, you can't really have anyone spying. So if he does, because they're still have some room to try and cut up field, it's going to be dangerous. But you got to, the one thing that the Lunkers have to do in this tight of field is communicate, especially if guys get lost in coverage. You got to tell who's going where so guys can shift. That's been a problem here for the Lunkers in this. There hasn't been a lot of communication.
Anton in the backfield with McLean. Forward motion here. They're going to throw it, and it is tipped out of play. Good defense by Witherspoon again. Stride for stride with Quad Smith, who is the motion man. Witherspoon at 6'1", Smith at 5'9". Smith used his longer reach there to knock the ball out of bounds.
11 seconds left.
And this is what down? Is this 3rd down now?
Looks to be 3rd from what I'm seeing from the marker. Again, it's at a weird angle, but it looks to be 3rd down. It can still get a 1st. Yep, 3rd down.
Forward motion. McLean's going to take it up the middle himself, cuts outside and in for the score. McLean up the middle and scores for the Greenheads. And they lead it 56-50 here with 5 seconds left in the contest. What a comeback by Monroe in Springfield.
What I say when on that play, if you go man, you got to be careful. No one to watch him up the middle. Has some space, makes the run.
That play is under review.
It's under review.
Well, to see where he crossed the line of scrimmage.
The marker seems to be around the 7 to 8 yard line, around that area.
Well, it looks like it's more like the 9.
Run lane violation. Offense, quarterback.
Lane violation. Call goes back.
Yeah, the marker was at the 9, and he crossed. You see right there.
Well, that's a celebration after the fact on that.
Well, I saw him. I saw the replay, and he crossed at about this 7 or 8. So There was a good call, and I was kind of watching just to the left of us. We have the replay monitor, and they slowed it down over there. He was a good yard ahead of where he should be to get outside.
Sometimes you just got to be lucky, Tom, and that one the Lunkers get lucky.
Last play of the game here, perhaps 5 seconds. Football at the 18-yard line. Snap back to McLean.
No
He's
pressure.
going to take off, now being rushed. They throw it into the end zone, man wide open. It is caught in the end zone on a desperation pass by McLean to end the game. Caught by Ed Smith Jr. They're going to check this out. McLean was nearly tackled behind the line of scrimmage, pressured again by Craig Travis, and then throws it off balance as he was going down. Now we're going to have
a flag. Oh boy.
Trying to get the guys off the field here.
So there's a player over on the sidelines down for Monroe.
How about McLean? Unbelievable performance here tonight. I don't know if they're looking at this.
After
or
the
what.
touchdown, we have unsportsmanlike conduct on Monroe. 15-yard penalties on the spot. Point after.
So even with 0 seconds left on the clock, does the Lunkers even have a I mean, not going to do much.
No, they victory formation here. What a comeback by Monroe on the road against Springfield, led by their quarterback, Timmy McLean. My goodness, what a second half performance. The halftime score is 32-12, Ryan. 32-12. They were down by 20 in the third quarter. And McLean never gave up.
6 touchdowns on the day, the 6th one being the one. So again, still talking over something.
Cam Bruffett, the head coach of the Lunkers, talking with Byron Pearson, the lead official in this one. Should be 56-50.
And back-to-back heartbreaks in the tackle box for the Lunkers. It was a last-second play against Memphis and a last-second play against Monroe.
Well, we're going to have a quick post-game show coming up. We will break it down, take a break, break it down for you. Man, the performance by McLean. Goodness gracious.
Player of the week, no doubt.
He's got a definitely an edge on everybody else with this performance, especially in the second half. Goodness gracious.
A great job also from the staff to make the right adjustments. Came out down 20, fought all the way back, even with the Lunkers still going out and scoring, coming back, going counter for counter, and eventually finding a way to get back into this one and just edge out the Lunkers in the tackle box.
So they continue to talk about this. Cam Bruffett, I don't know what he's discussing on the field right now. Here we go. So this is the extra point and most likely just the victory formation here. He will take a knee, and that's the game. 56-50. What a performance by Monroe on the road. They win it by 6 on a last-second touchdown pass from Timmy McLean, the starting quarterback for the Greenheads. We'll take a break, bring you our post-game show from Springfield, Missouri. It is the Arena League on YouTube. And welcome back to Wilson Logistics Arena in Springfield, Missouri. Tom Ladd, Ryan Swanson with you. What a performance we saw here tonight, especially by quarterback Timmy McClain of the Greenheads. They win it by a score of 56-50 over the Lunkers, as we see some of the plays that really stood out in tonight's game. The Lunkers with a touchdown pass to Allie Scott. Here's McClain on one of his many great throws that ended up leading his team to a victory. A touchdown pass again for the Lunkers. Trey James with the score there, and the dance afterwards. You got to like the dance. Get to see that a couple of times for Ozarks. And in the middle of the field, a little catch and run afterwards by Kit Denton of Ozark. He ends up sliding in for the score. Turnovers a big factor in the first half. Advantage Lunkers. Second half, things evened out a little bit, and it was a lot of that. A lot of great passes by McClain for the Greenheads. There's a nice one to Kit Denton, who out jumps the defender for the score. That was a big story of the game. McClain able to elude the defenders, and a lot of Craig Travis. He's going to be wore out tonight after the game because he put a lot of pressure on McClain. Touchdown pass there by Scott with a nice run after the catch. And here is a run into the end zone by Scott, who played well. The 5'10", 212-pound running back with a score. There's one in the end zone caught by Ed Smith Jr. And, of course, McClain Jr. with a wide open reception there for his big man, Frederick Lloyd. Final 56-50. The Greenheads improved now to 3-3 on the season. The Lunkers fall to 1-5, and what a second half performance.
It was a great second half. Great adjustments again. We've said it so many times coming out of the locker room, but again, just coming out, executing when you needed to, staying calm under pressure, and being able to deliver when it mattered most. It was a great display of team performance and execution, but again, McClain, we can't stop saying it because it was a great performance. 6 touchdowns on the night. You can't get much better than that, and what a great way to end this one. A thrilling finish here in the tackle box.
Really was. On a last-second touchdown pass, McClain and the Greenheads win it 56-50. Next week, for Monroe, they're at home against Memphis. That should be a great game, while the Lunkers are at home against Arkansas. Both of those games will be the final home games of the regular season for the respective teams, so get your tickets now, right?
Yep, they'll be on sale online for all team websites, and then also you can get to those through the Arena League website through Fan Club.
As always, you can rewatch this game on YouTube. Just go to the Arena League site on YouTube and rewatch this game, rewatch the ending for sure. What a game, what a performance here tonight. That's going to do it from Wilson Logistics Arena. For my broadcast partner, Ryan Swanson, and the crew here tonight, we appreciate them and all their hard work. My name is Tom Ladd. We'll see you next week right here on the Arena League on YouTube.